Makes it thematic.
Some of
Um,
some of these people, and I was like, that's fucking amazing. These liquid core, like the eyes, because it's always looking at you, like the
Mm-hmm.
dragon eye or whatever you want to call it. I've seen a lot of people say those would be awesome for warlocks because it's your patron.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like fuck, I'm watching you, but I want to
all
go
right.
the dragon ones for obvious reasons.
So last time on Waterdeep Dragon Heist,
Oh, see.
uh, you guys had got done healing some well, I guess really defending yourselves from a pack of were rats that were trying to sabotage your establishment. You looked on the body of one and found a note that implied that fucking what's his name, Dickbag over here, Fat Boy.
Big back
Big
fat
Bag
boy.
Jones.
Yeah, Dickbag Jones, Fat Boy. He had been trying to sabotage the establishment because he tried to buy it at one point and it had been bought out from underneath of him by Volo.
Sucks to suck, don't it?
Yeah. Um. So that dude's literally tanked his own like money situation to try and sabotage you guys, and ended up fucking shitting and pissing on himself. Uh, Gunthack found like all of his bottles that would mess him up for a good long time. Uh, Rulik robbed the shit out of him, took like about everything he had, and you guys just dropped him off to the guards and said he was a cocksucker, and they took him away. Um, the next day, kind of an austere kind of morning, um, about 10:30, 11ish, roundabouts, you guys felt a like felt and heard a explosion go off, like literally maybe not even 100 feet away from your bar. Uh, Looking outside, you've seen the remains of a fireball being set off right over here. Um, Guard came quickly right afterwards. After, well, not really quickly because you guys had enough time to go around and actually inspect the bodies. Guntack took a bag of gems off of them, nobody being the wiser about it. Uh, but afterwards, multiple groups of veterans came to the streets to investigate the scene. You guys went back to your homes after DeWarn encountered a set of guards coming in. Some words were exchanged. Uh, DeWarn slinking back with a new gained uh, dislike for the city guard. Um, Afterwards, the sergeants like investigating the actual case itself. Saith, what's his name? What his name book? Saith Cromley and Barnabas Blastwind came by. Barnabas, him being from the Watchful Order of Magus and Protectors.
I know you said lawful, but I thought you said waffle, so I'm gonna call them waffles from now on.
The
Oh,
Waffle Boys.
waffles.
He came over there just to question you guys, just as, you know, maybe being suspect in it. I know you guys hated that reasoning, but that's like the only thing they really had. Um, they left afterwards with more heated words from everybody, and everybody just hates the law. Maybe because I don't play them that good, but uh, going outside and actually getting some useful information from Paula, some random Waterdeepian noble that'd been in the area, and a 12-year-old boy. You figured out that uh, Paula had seen a man take something from the body of a dead gnome, which was one of the casualties from the fireball. Also, four other halflings. So this game does not like halflings.
Super racist.
Uh, just a little tally of everybody that died during that explosion. It was one elderly human female who was just out for a walk, two cloaked male humans clad in leather armor with sheathed longswords, two female humans, and one male half elf dressed in plain clothes, one male gnome wearing a burned cloak and clutching a dagger, and two female halflings who were playing a flute and a fiddle, and two male halflings who were dancing. So altogether, like 11 people died in it.
That's what they get for dancing.
Yeah, how dare they be merry on this day? Uh, the Waterdavian noble said that he seen something, not the whole somebody taking something from the body, but they seen something that wasn't. It looked like a man, but wasn't a man. Said it looked like a puppet-shaped man. It was on the rooftop. It hurled something into the crowd that caused the explosion and ran off. The 12-year-old boy definitely going to be fucked up the rest of his life. But they don't really care about that in the book.
It's okay. He'll be a rogue.
Yeah. Right after the explosion ran off, he ducked behind a barrel and then heard a plop and found a necklace that had two beads on it. They were red. Looked like there was a third bead on there. The clasp around the necklace itself is broken. There was a thing where he was supposed to keep that and not give it to you, but he was traumatized from my recollection. You guys had figured out that the City Watch had taken the dead bodies to a station in the North Ward and were kept in the cellar morgue. Clerics are usually brought in there to cast gentle repose on the corpses to preserve them while the investigation is going on. I kind of sped this up, but in the book it says that you guys with your factions can get them to help you get somebody to actually go over there and speak with dead with them.
Lon is our faction.
I kind of speeded it up a whole lot. But yeah, you guys went over there, talked to the cleric that was going to cast Speak with Dead on him. I know I left off with like him actually casting the spell, but I will give you guys a moment to like actually talk about your questions before you do it, just in case. Because I know Ander wasn't actually there for it. Merkin probably wasn't actually there for it. I know Gunthak is now bowling, so this kind of sucks.
So we have 5 questions to ask this dead person, and they don't know they're dead or anything past when they're dead. So what do we need to know, or what do you think we can learn from this?
Oh god, this is a thing in the movie.
Yeah, I know.
Well, the way I see it, we should look at this like we're trying to solve a murder. So we want to know where they were specifically and who they saw.
Yes, but this could also, I feel like it could work like a genie wish, and if we're not careful, like if we just ask them, where were you, he'd be like, I was over there, and that doesn't help us.
Where were you coming from and going?
That's 2 questions.
I'd like to. Do we each get a question, or is it one question?
No, it's
It's
5
individual
total.
questions.
Okay.
And to
So
be,
I would say, do they have anything on him? Oh, right. What do they have on him? Because that guy took something, right?
yes, we heard that someone took something off of this body.
So
So what did you last have on you? That seems generalistic. Is there any way we can narrow that down?
I mean, he could list all of that, technically.
Okay.
One question.
Yeah, I suppose. No,
Well,
also, do you think there's benefit to me disguising myself like that one individual that he was with? I don't know if they were together or not, but it's as broad as it is long on if they were friendly to each other or not. Because that's the other thing. This body doesn't know anything past when it was dead, but it could also just choose to lie to us or not answer our questions. So I was thinking to curtail that by being someone they might be friendly with.
So, out of game question. Can you zone of truth this thing?
No,
I didn't think so.
Can't cross the streams like that.
because you
Seems
guys
pretty
tried
smart
that.
to me.
We tried that in Fallon Court.
Didn't work.
Nope.
Okay.
What'd you try that on? I forget.
The changelings.
Oh yeah, yeah.
One
If we
accidentally
don't
killed.
want to disguise ourselves, what we could do is explain, like, hey, we're trying to figure out who killed you so that we can avenge your death.
Mm-hmm.
So
What
cleric
tell
is-
us your story. How did you die?
the cleric will speak up. So whenever I cast it, they don't really have like the sentience behind the words that they say. Like if they recognize that what they're saying is going to be potentially like bad for them, that's when they'll try to like avert the truth, but they're not going to have like any consciousness behind like them being avenged or them knowing that they're dead or anything like that.
Fair enough. Okay.
Also, and just because I've seen people struggle with this a whole lot, and I know it's kind of like, basic and saying like, oh yeah, we're asking that, but just say a lot more why. Like, why were you carrying something if you had it and somebody took it from you? What would you have? Things along those lines. I don't know.
It's very
And
insightful.
I don't know, this kind of seemed random. Like, I don't think any of them knew each other, and this is just me looking at all the people, because it's just random sets of people that died during all that. I just think it was a busy part of the section, and maybe one of the guys was passing through and it just blew up there.
Hmm.
So I don't know if like disguising yourself as one of the other people that died would make any sense, but I don't know. You could. The disguising thing that is pretty smart. I will give you that. It's just I don't think you should do it as one of the people that died with him.
Hmm. Okay.
But also you don't really know who he is, so you wouldn't really know who to disguise yourself as.
Well. I mean, he does.
I know you guys have a cleric, but he seems like he's kind of busy right now. He's
Would
standing.
Ander have seen the explosion and the exchange of the necklace from the boy?
You wouldn't have seen the explosion because nobody was really present or looking out or anything to see that. I think you were actually asleep.
And so, what about for the exchange of the necklace?
Your guy was kind of gone, but we can say that like in between them getting the necklace and coming back, like you've seen like it's wrapped around Dororn's wrist and stuff that he didn't have there before. You see like it kind of looks like a necklace because it doesn't really look like a bracelet. Like it looks like they had to kind of like wrap it around him and modify it a little bit to actually get it to work as a bracelet itself.
Okay. Does Ander recognize any significance to the the bracelet, to the necklace? Is it ceremonial in nature? Is it like what? Is it just a gift that was likely on a shelf somewhere, or like, you know what I mean?
Let me see real quick. Roll a Arcana check.
And for that, I just now realized I need to be signed into D&D Beyond.
Arcana.
Listen, I will definitely resubscribe to D&D Beyond before you guys level up next time, because I am scared that it will try to fuck you guys on your next level up.
On what? Okay.
What was that skill check?
Arcana check.
Ander, I'm not offended, but why is your face 2 inches from my wrist?
It looks pretty. It looks sort of familiar. I don't know if I recognize what it is.
Let me see. Because I know I got everybody else to roll this, and you guys really are like the dumbest party.
What are we rolling?
No, Merkham got it last time, so I'll say it was like a 10 DC. Yeah, you recognize it. It is a necklace of fireballs.
Fireballs! Balls of fire.
It's not as good as the
and
wand
you
of
see
fireball.
that it has
Not right now.
3 little jewels insets on it, but one of the jewels in that third inset is gone.
You lay down, buddy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Warren,
Yes.
do you know what that is wrapped around you right now?
I know it's arcane, or at least enchanted in some way.
I think that's the murder weapon.
Is it?
That is a necklace of fireball. If I do, I've seen a few of those in my time working for the Alliance. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. And if you see there, one of the charges is expended. Maybe we should
So,
include that in our questioning.
Well, I'm going to like step between Ander, putting my back to the priest behind us. Is he still like inside the door?
Yeah, he has to cast a spell, so he'd be in there with you guys.
So I'm going to put my back to him and step towards Ander a little bit. Maybe push us 5 feet away from the door. Maybe it isn't best to say such things very loud in the presence of people who are working directly with the city guard.
Oh, that's right.
Hey man, you guys already paid me. I'm just here to do a service.
Shut up, pig.
All right.
I turn around. He didn't mean that.
What?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
so, are we friendly with him or not?
This one is fine. This one has been nothing but kind to us.
I'm sorry, sir.
Okay.
You're right.
The others were adults.
Yeah, I wouldn't. They do have a job, and at times they can be kind of rough. A lot of times, like stuff like this doesn't happen too often.
I bet you this
A
apple party.
lot of times I can be rough.
He does just everything.
Oh no.
Bitches,
Um,
apple
Well, okay, so we have why. Okay, we need. We were advised by our council here to include why questions. He does this a lot, so I'm assuming that's a good ask. Why were you headed? Yeah, we know this. He was headed in our direction. Why were you headed towards the specters and spirits? What do you think?
That's an excellent starting question.
Let's go for it. I mean, we're not until we ask him anything.
Okay.
So do you guys want to start off on that one and just go from there?
Yeah, I think we have a couple. We can at least begin, I think. It's getting tedious to not do anything.
Let me drink my water skin real quick. All right. Oh, Kellenbor. Please take this man away from the Wall of Solitude for a minute and let me speak with him once more. And I know Lon last time helped him set up, so that still happens. And the gnome's body is like on a little metal slab, like kind of like those examining trays that coroners and shit use on them. Just has like a little tarp wrapped over top of his body. They undrape his face to where it goes down to like his midsection. Still give him his decency, but you see like his chest and arms and stuff like that. You hear the cleric say his prayer to Kellenbor, then as he says this, his eyes wide over and a dark mist starts to spill from his like fingertips and just kind of drifts down towards the body of the gnome. After a second, you see the mist kind of like fade over top of him, and he like you see it go inside of his like mouth and nose, and you hear a
I guess the Warren will step forward. Why were you headed towards the specters and spirits?
He that again.
You takes him a second. He kind of like raises his body up, looks over towards you without even turning the rest of his body. Just moves his head straight over towards you. Can you hear me?
No.
Okay. I don't know if I can do this with my low ass talking voice normally.
Gotta turn your sensitivity up.
I heard about. Can you hear that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm like an inch away from the microphone.
Swallow it.
I heard about a group of adventurers who rescued Lord Neverember's son from the Zentarum and thought the Stone of Galore would be safe in our hands for the time being. I was on my way to deliver it to them, planning to come back and reclaim it after I had eluded my pursuers.
Okay, I'm immediately. Is he done, or was there more?
He kind of just trailed off. He's just like,
What were the name of the stones that he said? I'm writing this down.
The Stone of Galore. I'm immediately going to cut in with, what is the Stone of Galore?
the stone is the key to finding a horde of dragons hiding in the city.
Who was following you?
I can only guess the Zentarum.
That's 3.
That's 3. Anybody else?
I'm assuming that was in his pocket. That's how he's talking.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's what was stolen.
So I don't need to ask about that.
Well, we did. He said it's the secret key to finding a horde of dragons.
Oh yeah, I just meant we didn't need to ask what was in his pockets.
I'm sure that's the main thing. If it's anything else, probably just his personal treasures.
Well,
I mean,
what
if you-
about...
If
Do you think
if you want
this?
to, you can go
Do you
ahead.
think this necklace could be the stones of galore? This bracelet, whatever it is.
No,
No,
I'd say they took it.
no, this is what we used to murder him.
And he said, who probably...
The Zentarum.
what about where we can find them? Or why? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good one. Why were the Zentarum trailing you?
I stole the artifact from the lair of a beholder known as Xanathar in a dungeon deep below the city. They may have been looking for the stone as well.
'Cause I
Okay.
assume the stone is the artifact.
Yes, we have one more. If the Zentarum stole the stone back from you, how would we find them?
They find you. And with him saying you, his like, you see the mist like escape his mouth, and his body just slams back down on the table.
I regret that last question. Okay. So, that was a lot. We know that net. Well, go ahead.
I am legitimately half tempted. Andrew is tempted to fling a gold coin over at the cleric and be like, "Do it again."
Even knowing that he can't do it again.
Right.
Well, he can cast a spell again, just not on that guy.
How many bodies are here? That's okay. That's actually a good question.
Well, there's like all the bodies that everybody that died is
Okay.
there
Okay.
in the morgue. Like, so including the gnome, which you guys didn't ask his name, so I was going to say his name.
Oh man. Yeah. I'm not sure if it'd be useful, but it probably would have.
No, not really. His name is Dalekar. Dalek, I think so. Dalek, hold on.
Dallas.
That's his name, Dalekar. But yeah, he's just a gnome. So he's there, and the two other dudes that were in like leathers and had swords and shit.
So we know that the Never Embers talked to this person and convinced this person to put the Stone of Galore, the key to a horde of dragons, in our care, and that he stole it from Xanathar, and the Zentrum stole it back from him. That's where we're at. So we need to find either the Never Embers, or we need to find the Zentrum, or it puts us in a weird middle position.
Ander wants to go over to the two guys that were wearing the road leathers and had the swords, and he's looking at their hands to see any kind of evidence that maybe they had something that was on fire or something.
Oh yeah,
had
I mean
burned
like
them.
their most of their leathers and stuff have like different degrees of fire damage and stuff on it. Some of them are like melted into their skin. Some of them are just like lightly charred and stuff. But you can tell that like once that fireball hit, some points were like a lot more concentrated than others.
So but there's not really any kind of distinguishing characteristics that would indicate to me that he's like ignited. Either of these dudes have ignited a fireball blast in their hand while holding the bracelet.
No.
Not
Like
not
it-
some Allahu Akbar thing.
It looks like they got caught up in this too. Yeah, he's bowling.
Hmm.
I was like, oh, maybe he's Islamic. Knife.
Well, thank you very kindly, Priest, for your time. I don't know if we can glean anything else from this, but thank you. I'm going to turn and just leave.
If you guys want, he looks a little bit winded, but he's like, I can probably do it one more time. If you guys have any more questions you need to ask or anything.
Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Okay. Do you think any of these others look more important than the other?
It's a good question. Let me take a look-see.
Well, your one friend's looking at some of the other ones right now. Brent he said he'd be back in like maybe 5 minutes. So Brent's coming on at least.
Yeah, I don't know. They all look about the same level of fucked up.
What
Yeah,
about,
are you still looking at the...
What about that one over there? He looks at
Yeah.
least the most whole.
What were you trying to investigate, Andrew?
I was.
What Ander was trying to investigate is he was just taking a rough inventory and just trying to establish, like, in his mind, who seemed to be more important
I'm back.
Hey.
of the body.
I mean, looking at it, a lot of them...
I rolled a
I
3.
mean, a lot of them... I mean, they're all important to, like, life itself, you know?
They all had,
Yeah, that's about what a 3 would get me.
they all had families.
Yeah, you know, like, all of them are important. It really indicated you're like, shit, I want to talk to them all.
Yeah, Andrew starts feeling all melancholy and goes over by the door.
Uh, but the one you looking at it, you can tell that some of them, the first one you look at's the old lady, and she just looks like an old lady. You kind of put it in your head that honestly, she was just probably out on a walk that day. Just got caught up in that shit. Uh, the two female humans and the one male half elf, they look like they were more well kept than most of the other ones were. So you have to figure if they're not of like nobility, then they're probably like servants to them. Um, you guys already know the deal with the Dalekir, and the female halflings and the male halflings. The way that you're looking at them, um, you can tell, and from what you heard, that like everybody else had told you about beforehand, that they were
Does
just
it look like a good start?
hanging out and just doing halfling things. So the only ones that you can really tell that would maybe have any other things to say might be the two male kind of sellsword looking dudes.
Oh, well, one of those, I suppose. And even if they had nothing to do with this directly, at least maybe they saw something.
All right. Maybe just like give me a minute. That kind of takes it out of you to pass that repeatedly back to back. If you guys want to think about some more questions real quick, just give me like 5 minutes.
Sure. So what else can we ask? Markham, can you think of anything that like someone would have seen that would help us? Like, we have already can assume that it was the Zentrum that attacked them, but
We could start with. Did you
Actually,
see who did it?
With the state of their bodies and how they are right now, they are pretty much like all the way undressed.
kinky.
You see, like from what I was talking about the leathers and stuff earlier, you were looking at that, and that was like on the side, but their bodies like do have like spots where like even after like their clothes have been taken off, like bits of leather was still like embedded into their skin.
Mm.
Uh, but the two other male figures, they have the twin snake tattoos of the Zentrum on them.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Should have said that with your investigation check, but I just now realized it.
Okay.
So fucked up their own.
Apparently. So we can ask them questions from the other side.
And remember that the one Waterdeepian noble said that she's seen somebody throw the thing that caused the explosion, but it was the thing that didn't look like a man. It looked like a puppet man.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it wasn't like Zentrum doing that against themselves, but also at the same time, remember that Davil told DeWarren like a week ago that the Zentrum were like infighting with each other.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, open-ended questions. Not yes or no. Room for elaboration. Who is the puppet man? Yes?
seems like a good start. Yeah.
So if they were infighting, because we know that, then maybe they would know somebody from the other side if they're fighting amongst themselves. Or maybe if it was just collateral damage, maybe they would still know who they were because they were on the same side. Okay. So there's... Who's the puppet man? Maybe more detailed about where they are based? Since this is one of them? Get better directions instead of they will find us?
Ostensibly. I mean, there's still the chance that these could be one of the infighting sects and we're just here.
Hmm.
Like another sect performed the terroristic action. They might know about that, though.
I'm going to be honest, I'm at a loss as to more questions. I know there's something that can help us, but I don't know what it could be. I mean, do we know what this horde of dragons is? Like, what treasure there is somewhere within the city?
You guys can roll history.
I know that. That's bad.
Hey, sometimes you just get surprised by these rolls. All right, so
Wow.
Markham and Andrew, you guys both remember whenever you guys were talking with Rainier, he had told you that his dad, Dagult Neverember, was the former open lord of Waterdeep. So he was like the main dude in charge of the entire place. Dagult got ousted as the Lord of Waterdeep, and Laorin Laera blah, blah, blah. Laera Silverhand, I think is her name. She's like the current open Lord of Waterdeep. But Dagult was the former one, and he got ousted because he had been accused of like embezzling like 500,000 dragons from the city of Waterdeep and just hiding it somewhere.
So,
There's implications of it. It's not really proven or anything.
so do you two have any idea what this treasure could be?
Well, back in my day, there was talk of the previous Lord of Waterdeep. He why he had to step down, and the rumor was that he had hidden a whole slew of gold somewhere, and just won't fess up to where it is. So he had to step down. Now nothing was ever proven, I don't think, on that. That's just a rumor. But I mean, it's something.
Well, apparently it's rumor enough for people to kill each other over a thing that could be the key to that thing.
It was a lot of gold. Worth a couple of murders.
Okay, so if we know what the treasure is, generally speaking, and we have word on a key to that treasure, and we know who currently took it and who, a little bit about who has it. We know that this person was sent to us because we rescued the Neverembers, or whatever Neverember's name was. We rescued him and helped them, and we were going to be entrusted with the safekeeping of that item. So clearly somebody, or at least former somebodies, I'm going to generally look at the dead bodies, were relying on us.
I wonder if it would... if we get 5 more questions anyway, and they're less important, we could try to get some details, like you said, about where they are based out of. Maybe we could ask them to describe why they were there. Why were they there? That's a good question.
Why was who where?
Why were the Zentrum there? Because he's about to res one, right? Or
Yeah.
let us talk to him.
Oh yeah, but I mean I think that's pretty explained, isn't it? Like the Zentrum were there to follow this fellow. This fellow was here to give us this item, and it's kind of the end of that story.
Yes, but maybe somebody sent them.
Okay, maybe we should just go for that then. Did somebody send you, or who's in charge of your group, or something along those lines? I mean, I'll just I need to start writing these down. Who sent you? How do we find Xanathar, perhaps? Or do you have a better idea? Okay.
No, that's a good one.
Okay, that's 2.
Where were they going after this?
Okay. Ooh,
Like
ooh.
once they retrieved the necklace or the bracelet, where were they gonna go?
Well, they weren't after the bracelet. They were after whatever this the stone of galore is, and I'm assuming it's like some sort of. Just in my mind, I picture a brass orb. I have no idea why, but something that's like substantial in size.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't mean to say.
Where were they taking the stone of galore? It did say stone, right?
Yep. I should have done this back when you guys were talking to the one lady about the puppet man.
Oh yeah, who's Puppet Man?
Yeah, that's it. That's another good one.
You guys, Andrew, you've lived in the city before, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So everybody just roll a general intelligence check, and Andrew, you can have advantage on it.
Channing, are you generally intelligent?
Nope.
Uh,
But Andrew's pretty good. It kind of makes sense with you being here before. The way that she described it, it kind of sounds super similar to some automatons that sometimes march around in the Day of Wonders parade. Because you have happened to live in Waterdeep during the fall season, which is when the Day of Wonders parade occurs. They look like it reminds you of a Nimblewright. Which let's wait till you actually see one.
I may have lied about the 5 minutes. My bad.
That's all right.
That's
Channing had to download an update for Discord that took like 40 minutes. But since you're just now jumping in and Rulika's no longer T-posing in the background, you heard that they had just cast Raise Dead or not Raise Dead, Speak with Dead to talk to the gnome that had died in the explosion. The gnome told them that he was going to your guys' place to drop off a thing called the Stone of Galore, because he had heard that you guys had rescued Rainier way back when, the first time we started playing this. And heard that. Heard that
It's been like 2 weeks or something in game.
Yeah, it's only been like 2 weeks.
This is actually a good time. What specifically is the date today? Is it the 19th, the 20th?
19th is when you guys opened, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the 20th now.
Okay.
20th of Mert, isn't it?
Morthal.
Mirthal, that's it, yeah.
Yes.
Morrowind.
But you heard that the Stone of Galore is the key to finding a horde of dragons hidden in the city. The gnome stole the Stone of Galore from the lair of Xanathar. What else did you ask him?
Make my list here. Our questions were why were you headed towards specters and spirits? What's the Stone of Galore? Who is following you? Why were the Zentrum following you? And
yeah,
if the Zentrums,
where they were.
Yeah, how to find them.
Yep. Yeah, he figured that the Zentrum, if anything, were the ones that followed him. Asked him where you could find the Zentrum, and he didn't really know, so he said that they find you. And really, that's about where we're at now. They were looking at some of the other bodies because the cleric was like, hey, I can cast it one more time if you want to ask anybody else anything here. And really, I just did the check that I should have got you guys to do whenever you were talking to the one lady that talked about the puppet man. So if you want to roll an intelligence check real quick.
Who? Anybody?
Yeah, they've already rolled it, so if you just want to roll it real quick.
Okay. Well, I'm still pulling shit up. I'll be honest. I've been stuffing my face with tacos.
You son of a bitch.
I'm so
He's not
fucking
been listening
hungry,
to a single thing you said.
Not a
That's-
single thing.
bro. I heard most of it.
No.
Probably, I think.
Yeah,
He said that it was like
It's
the
like the,
15th of Mordekaiser, and like there was a gnome, and he has this rock. He tried to take my sighing stone, I think.
it's the 12th of
That's what he said.
Quesarito.
Let's see here. Would you say just intelligence?
Yeah.
How smart are you?
Not. Check it out.
All right, but well, Ander got it.
Oh wait, I forgot. Hold up.
I forgot I have a plus
Never
19.
Okay.
Oh, I
No,
forgot.
we did do that.
I don't think. I know Gunthag did it. I got a
Anyway,
7,000.
does that pass?
No, that does not pass.
You cannot pass.
God damn it, Anthony beat me. I still beat everybody else but Anthony. Alright. Now, Ander realized that they were talking basically about an automaton throughout the city called a Nimblewright.
I
they're
would
not
just
really-
like to. I just wanted to point out that Ander relays that.
They're not really like throughout the city. You mostly see them on the Day of Wonders parade whenever the shit. Really only see them on the Day of Wonders, but the Day of Wonders parade is sponsored by the local temple of Gond. You guys could maybe go there and see why the fuck there was a Nimblewright on the rooftops throwing fireballs at people.
You say that was the Temple of.
Gond, G-O-N-D.
Ghand.
If,
Gandhi.
Do they have nukes?
if they have nukes, we should have nukes.
Gandhi was all about peace, but also like he wasn't opposed to other people's violence. I think that's it, right?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Gandhi's most famous phrase is "Stay strapped
Him
for
saying
your
some
clap."
sort of slur. Oh yeah. That too. Okay.
Okay, so we have a new person here we can ask for information. 5 questions. It's probably going to cost 50 more gold. Who has 50 gold?
I think it's 25.
25?
It's
Bro.
25.
Yeah.
Yep. It will be 25 for each casting of the spell.
Okay. I'd be willing to chip in 10 of that.
I can go 15.
I could do another 10. I won't be happy about it, but I can be talked into it.
Well,
You
let's
don't have to
just,
give me more money.
I'll get 15
Just the-
and or provide 10, and we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
If
Hey,
you're
Rulik robbed one person. He's like, I'm fucking rich.
Hey, I mean, sometimes they have it coming, and sometimes so do you.
Do they have it coming sometimes, Channing?
Morals.
The 4 questions we have for this person who has a snake tattoo on their face or something. We have who sent you, how do we find Xanathar, where are you taking the Stone of Galore, and who is the puppet man, if it's important at all. We have one more open question, and I'm not opposed to swapping the last one.
Alright, well, whenever I cast this, just, you guys just tell me whichever one you want me to do first. But anyway, Kalimvor, please, once again, I beseech thee, let me borrow this man for, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes. He will be straight back. Just real quick, in and out. You can judge him right afterwards. And he lights the incense once again, gets back in the same familiar pose you've seen him do like not even a half hour ago. And he stretches his arms out, a familiar black little mist, kind of looks like spore clouds being shot from his hands. And they just settle over top of one of the male figures, and you see him take a and he rises up and looks towards you.
I'm going to point towards the priest. I want to talk to you later about how you ask your death god for a quickie. Anyway, I turn back to the corpse. Who sent you? Baby's crying in the background.
Cetera.
Oh, useful. How do we find Xanathar?
I don't know. In his lair, I guess.
Where is Xanathar's lair?
We don't work with Xanathar beneath the cities, I guess, in the sewers.
That's not an answer! Quit cheating!
Where
And
is...
this is now where we remember that Xanathar is not associated with Zentrum.
Basically, yeah.
There are two different guilds.
I should have remembered that sooner. Where is your group taking the Stone of Galore? And I don't know if you're lying.
The artifact. We were supposed to get it from the No. Erstal Floxen said it would make us rich as king.
Who said that? I didn't hear the name.
Erstal Floxen. Hold on.
Wait, did I just ask him a second question?
No, he just wrote. He just kept talking.
Okay. So it's 1, 2.
Forgot your last word now.
Did we go with the puppet thing, or is there a better one? I can't think of a better question. Do you have anything, Andrew?
You did just find out who he, at least the third person, could have been.
Yeah, I guess that'd be better. Who is
Do that.
Erstal Floxen?
Wait a second, Phyllis. Never mind. Sorry, I thought I was washing my AirPods at the very moment. I freaked the fuck out.
Okay.
My bad.
Alright. Do you guys want to discuss this last question before you ask real quick?
I mean,
Because this might be your last chance to get your information.
I think I'm good, because Erstal Floxen, I have no idea who that is. And if we get a lead on this guy, right? It's better than the other leads we have, because otherwise we're just diving into the sewer without direction.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's gold here, and on review after the game, we're gonna be like, oh shit.
Totally. Like,
But-
absolutely. I feel like I'm
No,
missing the target.
I'm going to throw you a bone here. Because I kind of elaborated on one part on that last question.
Hmm.
We will just say, where were you going? Like, let's say who you were working with before that one. And he told you that. And now you can say, where were you going to take it? Or where were you at beforehand?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so where were you at before this?
We worked with Erstal at Grawlund Villa. I'll put that in the chat too.
Okay.
And him saying Villa, it kind of trails off again, like whenever Dalakir said, you, and he says Villa. and slams back down.
I was gonna say, I swear to God, Matt, if you you tried to help us and give us a question, and then the answer was an answer we already had.
Ask this. No. Suck my balls.
Lick my balls. Okay. So we have a headed now. It looks like, other than the sewers. Sorry to say, Rulik, but this is slightly more promising anyway. Once again, thank you, Priest, for your efforts. Do you gentlemen think we need to resupply at all before we pursue this, or what do you think we should do next?
I, wait. Did I actually pitch in the 10 gold? Y'all laughed at me. I think I did.
No, it's fine. We're good.
Okay, sweet. Let's go. I'm fucking rich. Okay. Oh, I want to go make my sword shop. I was just like, I want to get silvered.
Okay, so Rulik has some shopping to do for his weaponry. I have a thing I want to do before we leave, but Markham, is there anything that you need before we maybe look into this?
Not so much an entirely simple.
Is your water skin full?
Should be. Well, that's fine.
If you were to pay 10 prostitutes to spit on you, would that suffice?
Depends on the prostitute. I gotta be extra moist.
Really, it just depends on, how much spit they can produce.
Extra moist.
The cleric will be like, well, guys, if you're done here, I do have to get these bodies back to being preserved and not just out and about.
Oh, yes, yes. Thank you very much once again. And I'm going to turn and leave, and I'm going to head back to Spectres and Spirits.
All right, thank you, guys. Be careful out there. But you guys make your way back towards Spectres and Spirits. You have obtained a lot of new information.
Mm-hmm.
I will put you guys back on that map real quick.
Destin, do you know how much of me wanted to go make a mo?
I was doing the same.
Don't start it.
Listen, every time they say it on Critical Role, it's just how it happens, bud. I instantly saw Travis.
Your other staff dudes, I know they're all over here right now, but I'm about to make them all go away. They had left for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Took away Rulik's room.
No room for you.
Thank you.
But you guys walk back in. Kind of like, I don't know. It's just a weird feeling walking back in, knowing like 11 people just died outside that you guys had nothing to do with. But you guys have a bunch of new information. You can pursue the Erston Floxen spot and try to maybe find out where Grelhund Villa is. You can maybe inquire about the Nimblewright at the Temple of Gond itself.
Okay. I'm going to do a bit of scouting, but that's something else I'm going to take care of. I'll be back later this evening, I believe. I'm going to look around the room and consider what I'm doing for a minute, and then I'm going to leave.
I'm on my way to get my sword sharpened. Just because I figure that we'll probably be heading off before it's done, right?
It took them like at least a day to get their sword sharpened last time.
Yeah, I thought so. Are we leaving today?
I mean, that's up to you guys.
I think we'd like to leave when everybody's ready to leave. This seems to be the next, you know, critical
Could that-
leg of our
Could that be
lives.
tomorrow? Because I'll be ready to leave tomorrow.
You're a member of the party. If you feel like there's a need, like it would behoove you to have the silvered weapon, you should say we should wait until tomorrow, and then the party should go okay.
We're looking to start here and play touch up low.
I mean, luckily, the other half of the party is completely T-posing, so
I mean, yeah.
Warren has something he wants
know
to
what?
do.
That's fair.
While DeWarren is doing his thing, Ander can go check out the Temple of Gond since he had the memory and he kind of recalled what the festival was like. He could go check out these Nimblewrights.
Yep, he can go see through on that lead. And
Which leaves
Markham and-
Rulik to be able to go and Rulik and
Let's go.
yeah, go get your sword silver, bub.
Yeah, Markham, I don't know if you have money, but I think you were the ones that didn't have a silvered weapon either.
What was it to be silvered?
100 gold.
Nope.
Yeah, it
I
is.
will have two. I will have two left over.
I keep stabbing him with ye old iron.
But alright, you guys conjoined at the tap room of the Spectres and Spirits. Discuss what you're going to do, then you guys all respectfully just walked out and went to go and fulfill your own ends. Rulik, since you are the closest one to what you need to do, you walk down to the Steam and Steel. You see that the shop is closed. You see a little sign out front that says, due to recent events, the Steam and Steel will be closed for today.
God damn it! I knew it.
I mean, if you want, you can still try to knock on the door or something.
Absolutely, I can't read.
Anytime you can try to convince the DM to let you roll for something, you should take them up on that.
I don't know if you can hear that, but it's me trying to knock with my flabby little fingers.
All
If you
right,
can't hear that, then don't worry about it. It's me smacking a comb against my palm.
takes a second. And normally you're used to hearing Avi's like calm, dulcet like voice welcoming you whenever you walk into Steam and Steel. But you hear Embrick's loud, mean-ass voice say, "Can't you fucking read?"
What's that?
What do you want? We're closed.
What for? I have no problem to fix. And you're here to
11
help
people
me.
just died. We don't want to work on anything today.
What if I pay you? Huh?
Well, you're not. Are you buying anything? Just come in.
I knew it. I'm
See
coming in.
Embrick. Fire mustache. Looks mad as hell.
God, I hope so. I hope he burns me with it. You better singe my mustache off, son.
What do you want, you illiterate fuck?
I want this. I'm gonna pull up my cleaver so I can cut better. Says, I don't. I'm trying to think of how he would say the recent altercation has made him realize that it's not quite what he needs. What the mother's had done, so at least can fix the problem.
Oh, you want it like silvered like your buddies did the other day? Yeah, I mean, as long as you're not bugging me, I could probably do it. Get it back to you. Maybe by this evening, honestly, since it's not like 5 weapons that I have to do at once.
I will hand him approximately 100 gold. I tried to count it. It's actually 94 gold.
Alright. I mean, I guess he's just gonna roll inside. He already knows you can't read.
It's not on purpose. They told me I had enough.
What do you got? He sits down and he starts counting it. It's 1, 2, 3. No offense, but you can't read, so like I don't know if you can count either. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
10.
Takes him about 10 minutes, but eventually he counts it all out.
Takes him 10 minutes to count to 100.
Shut up. He's dealing with Rulik at the same time, of course it does.
Bro, I'm like doing the worm.
Would you fucking stop? I'm close today. You have me
Took him 10
counting?
minutes. Took him 2 minutes because he had to start over a shit ton by dealing with Rulik.
Yeah.
It'd be like
Uh,
37, 38. Would you fucking stop that? God damn it.
37,
1, 2,
38.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
yeah,
8.
honestly, as soon as I said it, I was like, fuck. But
No
yeah,
mercy.
after a minute,
For a
eventually,
second.
he figures out that you try to give him 94 gold, and he's like, all right, man, just give me the rest of the 6. Can you get 6 more out?
I'll hand him 5.
1 more. Come on. You
I'll
got
hand
this.
him 1 more. I'll hand him 1 more.
Magic
There
the
we go.
slathering.
Yeah.
I just noticed that. I'm so sorry.
I was just trying to think of a funny name for it.
What happened?
I made a channel on Discord, so
Oh,
like,
I see.
whenever we talk about magic, we don't have to blast the group chat with it all the time.
I love blasting.
But yeah, you give him the money, he takes it, he's like, all right, I'll try to get back to you later. If not, then just come back in the morning. I might have it by then. If it is not back at your
Okay.
tavern by tonight, then it will be here.
I'm gonna try to shake his hand, but like just the fingers.
He gives you a handshake and he crushes your hand.
That's okay. I gain a point.
He actually did not. He did not roll that high. He tries to squeeze a little bit, but your grip's just a little bit stronger.
Do I have to?
Uh,
Okay. All right. I'll take it. I guess he's a little shaken.
Failed
Shaken
successfully.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want just roll like a strength check.
Okay.
You gotta
Sure.
beat like a 9.
Stroll.
What the fuck, bro? This
Yeah,
is.
you fucking. He tries to do like the intimidating like strong grip, and you're like, oh, all right, and you like squeeze back, and his like grip loosens, and he's like, all right, all right, all right.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. I'm just gonna chuckle and go home.
This goblin man handling this fire genasi.
Yeah, dude, that's what. To be a fly on that wall.
Yeah, he only got like a 9. But yeah, he is now silver in your weapon.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you approached a smith at the end of the day.
That's the beginning of the day.
Yeah, really, this is still like it's not even midday yet now.
Well, shit, man. That
Well,
genasi
I'd say
oh,
about now it would be like a little bit around midday to a little bit afterwards, because it took him a little bit of time to do the speak with dead ceremonies and stuff.
Indeed. Well, yeah, I got nothing then. Never mind. I redact my statement.
Redacted. So yeah, what are you doing now, Rulik?
I'm heading back home.
Heading back home. What are you doing, Markham?
I went back to the tavern. Just hanging out there, waiting on the others to get done.
Tavern, you come back. After a little bit of time, you see Rulik come back in, missing his cleaver that he had before.
Little dance.
And are you still at the tavern? Or have you left already?
No, I guess we can say that when everybody departed is when I departed.
Alright, so yeah, it's just Markham and Rulik back at the tavern. Are you guys doing anything specific you want to do? If not, then we'll just...
No, not particularly. We'll move it on.
Alright,
I'm speaking for myself. I do not want to also speak for.
Ander and Dewarren, you guys roll a d20. We'll see who goes first between you two.
All right.
Alright, Dewarren, what are you doing?
I'm going to head down to the herbalist that I've talked to before, and I'm going to request 2 bouquets of white lilies.
Oh, you had already asked her that, or asked them that before,
Mhm.
because I remember you doing that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you go down to Carilion's Crown. You walk in. Uh, Fala is like behind the desk. They're not really like attending to anything right now. They're still kind of like
Good.
taking it a little bit in. They did kind of have a first-hand eyewitness thing to an explosion happening.
Sucks to suck. Like,
So,
Yeah,
What?
so they're kind of just absent-mindedly looking out.
so
And they look up to you and, oh, hello, darling.
hello. Sorry to bother. I was just here to pick up the lilies I asked about earlier.
Oh, I finished them almost as quickly as I got done talking to you guys. Here you go.
Thank you.
Don't worry about money or anything. They're fine. Um, did you need anything else?
Not at the moment. Thank you. I'm as somber as I can. I'm just going to turn and walk out. And
Alright.
when hitting the street, I'm going to just kind of look around. Is there anybody around me right now?
Not like too many like townspeople. You see like a couple still kind of flitting about, looking kind of towards the scene. Mostly you see like just city guards out, kind of trying to keep the best like lockdown of the precinct as they can. Make sure like nobody else like really runs. Nobody like suspicious really is like going in and out, you know.
Okay. I'm assuming I'm wearing my cloak right now. I'm going to hold both bouquets in my left hand and tug it under my cloak and kind of bundle the cloak around my fingers, just to kind of hide the lilies. And I'm going to head to like the nearest point outside the city, probably the point that I'm familiar with, and I'll go to the closest bundling of trees in the forest or anything.
That would probably take you like hours and hours to do.
That's fine.
Let me see.
And I think
Map of Waterdeep.
taking that long, I'm not going to rush myself or anything, because of why I'm doing this. But I will probably twice on my way there, maybe find someone that's convenient. I won't pursue it intensely, but I will ask maybe twice about the what's the place called? The Grauhulen Villa. Just to see if anybody knows where that is.
Roll just a general persuasion check.
Persuasion.
With a 15, you asking around a little bit, you kind of inquire a little bit about it. Gralhun Villa is in the North Ward. I will put it up on this little map actually. It is right over here.
Oh, nice. Okay. So, well, I see. Okay, so listen, like, we're here, right? So that's us. That's our whole plaza. I just wanted to go to a forest, but I see this thing here. I see little clumps around the city. Would I be able to go into one of those, or are those like privately owned? Because the places over here that I initially wanted to go to, it's like that's off of a cliff,
Yeah, that's it. That's in Undercliff. That's like where that's where Ander and Lon and Gunthak have been doing their stuff.
Yeah, I initially
It's usually
kind of wanted to go there, but that would be a whole thing to climb down there.
no. I mean, you can go out
Oh,
this way
oh no no no
and
no!
go out.
Hold up, hold up. No, Dewarn would know the City of the Dead, right? Like that place is like a massive garden. I would go there.
Yep, down this way. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I would definitely do that.
Yeah. So like, we'll say that you kind of went like down this way, down this way, down this way, down this way, and while you're going by it, you'd like asked a few people about Grawlhund Villa, and somebody was like, "It's actually right over there." And you go over and look, and it is like a massive estate. It is gated. You see like rotating guards going in by and stuff. And they say, "Yeah, the noble family, the Grawlhunds, live there." Um, and it just looks like a super fucking big ass manor estate place. Looks very fortified. They say that they do not let like just random people just come in and stuff off the street.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like a place like that people can just march on into.
And this is where
A Grawlhund.
the Grahand. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. Duly noted.
But yeah, you walk by that and just keep walking south. Eventually, after, just because of the way you see like a bunch of people on the streets, and a lot of people are talking about like the attack that happened itself, but it kind of takes you a little bit, maybe about an hour or something, to make it past all the rabble and actually get down to the City of the Dead itself. The gates are closed or open, so you can just walk on in. And whenever you walk in, you kind of just get the same like melancholic feeling that you had had this morning.
Okay, if there's anybody here, I'm going to do my best to like respectfully avoid them. And I'm going to find a small section of forest that's big enough that I can be alone in there without like drawing any attention, but not like closest to the gate, like somewhere just a little bit into this area. But once I'm alone, I'm going to find any kind of little alcove, a bush, somewhere that wouldn't be immediately noticed or anything. I'm going to lay the two bouquets down, like in one next to the other, and I'm going to take out one of my knives, and I'm going to carve my mother's name into the ground in front of one, and the girl I was looking for, I'm going to carve her name into the ground below the other. It's just going to be like a tracing in the dirt that will blow away with the next wind, but just something for me to look at for a minute.
Yeah, after you come in, it does not take you that long to find some place to be secluded by yourself. You go make your little makeshift like. Are you just trying to make like a little, I guess, like your own like grave marker for him, kind of?
Kind of like a grave marker, kind of personal ritual of sorts.
Yeah. Just something for you to like, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like bring like your own piece to it or something,
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, you do your little little ritual to make you feel at ease about maybe some things that could have happened, some things that have happened. And you know that it doesn't like make up for the feeling, but you do know that like your mother would be proud of you. If something has happened to the other person, you know that they would be happy with what you've done. It's just a shitty but good feeling of this like duality kind of thing.
Do I have...
Cathartic, that's it. That's the kind of word, yeah.
Do I have any like parchment on me? Let me look at my inventory thing. So I don't want to use one of those paper birds or anything. Steak, oil, mirrors,
I mean,
oils.
generally, I say most of you guys just have like a little like journal that you keep on you.
Okay. Okay, I do have alchemist supplies, maybe something in there. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm going to take out just like a note card sized piece of parchment, and I'm going to write on it with a piece of charcoal or an inkwell if I have one. I'm going to write on it, how do we forgive ourselves for all the things we did not become? And I'm going to write that, fold it, take one of my extra knives and stab it into the tree above the flowers.
Alright, can you do that?
And I'll just
Man, some random person is gonna see that and be like, "What the fuck?"
and I'll stay a while and then make my way back to the tavern eventually.
Alright. And maybe to help hopefully bring some ease to yourself, you complete your ritual, you do your own kind of like farewells in a sense. And you make your way back. Takes you about the same length of time, but after about, 2 to 3 hours altogether, you are now back at the tavern.
And I cast Fireball.
Yes, Fireball, fucking roll deck saves, Merkman. Rule it.
I don't like this. Not the worst. Let's see here. I still only mostly die from it. It's okay. Yep. Whoops.
Now, we've already rolled it like 5 times.
Yeah.
Merkin probably would have died like 3 of it.
Okay.
But yeah, so now Ander.
So the game's over, right? We just killed everybody.
That's how it goes, dude.
Damn, sucks, bro. See y'all next week. Carry on.
Alright, Ander.
Yes, sir.
You are
Heading to the Temple of Gond, sir.
the
Show me
Temple
them
of
hands,
God.
bitch.
Yep. So you are heading to the Temple of God.
Not that you're a bitch. I was it is for the phrase, the meme of it.
Yeah.
He done
Yeah,
said it.
bitch.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. Where the fuck is it? It's on this map. Oh, okay.
It's right here.
C ward.
The
Where the
market.
fuck's the C word? C ward.
To the left of the market. Right beside the north ward.
Somebody find Sea-Watch Street and Shark Street.
Sea Watch and Shark.
Right here's Sea-Watch Street.
Dang
Yeah.
it.
Alright, so yeah, the house is...
Here it looks like.
Yeah, the winger looking thing.
Yep, that one right there.
Probably more like a hammer, but I choose to say winger.
I don't see
So
anything.
yeah. You make it to the... Does it have a picture? I think it does.
The
I
water?
can provide a picture.
I don't have one.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean,
want
if you got
that?
one.
Yeah, I do. Hang on. Well, I mean, I don't have a picture of the whole complex. I just have a picture of the exhibition hall.
If there's a mark on the map, I'm not seeing it.
There is a mark. Look for House of Inspired Hands just off of the coast by the west gate. And then also, I'm putting in general a screenshot of the tower. Well, no, not the tower, but the exhibition hall
And here is...
at the Temple of Gond.
Oh, I was way in the wrong place. You're gonna see in the video. I'm just like scrolling all over the map.
It's over here. I'm
Gotcha.
clicking.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
And here's like an outside view of it. B.
Oh, okay. Okay. So is the thing that I pictured the Tower of Inspiration then?
Yeah,
And
probably.
the thing that you pictured is the exhibition hall.
Yeah.
This
That's what people
complex,
have
the Temple of
stakes.
Gond, it has like 3 or 4 buildings on it.
Yeah. Luckily. So, as you're making your way towards it,
I'm making my way.
since you were the only one there, you see the following. The House of Inspired Hands looks like a cross between a temple and a workshop. The symbol of Gond, a toothed cog with 4 spokes, is displayed prominently. You see the silhouette of a humanoid shape perching on the rooftop. It extends an arm, releasing a tiny metal sparrow into the air. The bird does a few loops in the air, then veers right towards you.
Mouth eat it.
I'm not going to make you roll initiative because it's just you. You see it come down. It fucking darts straight towards you.
If you're not first, you're
And
last.
it is going to try to make an attack against you.
Okay.
It got an 8.
Yeah. So instead, can I contest that with something to catch it?
Well,
Because
as
it ain't gonna hit
misses-
me.
As it misses, it goes straight past you and just crashes into the ground and destroys itself.
Okay. Well, I go over and examine the little bird that I'm assuming is a Gondsman of some kind.
Looking at it, you don't even have to roll anything. It just because it just does not make sense to you. It's just made out of like a bunch of metal and gears and stuff put together. But it it looked like a bird, and it just
Andrew
flew straight.
scratches his head and kicks at it and turns around and walks closer to the temple, I guess.
And well, walking towards the temple, you see that it is open and it is abuzz with activity during the daylight hours because it is daylight time. The main temple of the hall holds 24 marble pedestals. Each one bears a prize-winning invention or a miniature model of some extraordinary creation. Among the displays, you see a couple that stand out as you're like walking in and just seeing like everything the temple has on display. You see a 4 foot tall working model of a clock tower rings, and it rings at the top of every hour. It is made of wood, iron, bronze, and glass, with brass bells and delicate hands formed from solid gold. You see a wooden flying machine. It has legs, it has wings that flap when it becomes airborne. A miniature model of a mechanical dragon turtle has a brass plate affixed to its pedestal that reads, Big Belchy, sank in Deepwater Harbor on the Day of Wonders in 1363 DR. A functional walking helmet equipped with small articulated metal arms and hands that gently slap the wearer if he or she falls asleep. And a miniature model of a red submarine shaped like a manta ray that has brass plate affixed to its pedestal that reads, the Scarlet Marpi what?
Yeah, pretty much.
The Scarlet Marpinoth. It's a Latinese submersible launched in 1489 DR.
Oh wow. Ander takes a moment to appreciate the mechanisms, and after a while, I guess he starts to look for somebody that looks like they know what's going on around the place. Like maybe they work here.
Well, as you were, I mean, you see like tons of like, I mean, they don't really look like the standard scholarly type of like people. Like, I mean, they are in like robes, but they're like simple robes, and you see most of them have like the symbol of Gon, like are fixed around their neck in some form. Uh, but you also see a few that don't really look like, like the clergy-ish kind of type. You see a lot more, not really like wizards, but you see like people that like invent stuff there. Uh, But as you're like kind of just people watching, looking at like the displays that they have, you see a dragonborn priest. Um, Looking at her, you can probably tell that she has like bronze dragon ancestry. Um,
Third place losers. Man,
she's got like a. Which one are the fucking bronze dragons? I forgot which ones they would look like.
They're the ones with bronze.
Yeah, they're the ones that got frills too. Yeah, you see she's got like two sharp little horns that fixed on the top of her head, but like towards the back of her head, you see like frills that kind of look like ears on most other races that just go down the back of her neck. Her scales are like a mostly a bronze color. Towards the scales, like the edge of them is like the more bronze, but as it gets closer, like towards like the actual skin part, it's like a lighter green shade. It has the same simple robes that you see on most of the acolytes in the Temple of Gone, with a symbol around her neck. She's got like little glasses on affixed to her head, and she walks up to you. Hello, my child. What brings you to the House of Inspired Hands?
Well, it's my first time back in town in a little while, and I just remember the this festival you all used to have called the Day of Wonders.
Oh yes, it's fixing to be a mighty display this year.
Is that so?
Yeah, yeah. We've been. What year is it? Isn't it like 1490?
I do not remember.
I know I said it on the first game that we played. I just can't remember it.
Then I gotta go all the way here. $14.92.
1492. Yes, we were showed up a few years ago by the Latinese with that submersible that they have on display over there. So we've been doing our damnedest to make an actual legit flying machine, and I think, I don't want to jinx it, and we're still a few months away, but I think we've got it.
Yeah, we don't want any repeats of what happened back in back in 1363, do we?
Do not. That was a bad year. No big belching.
I'm surprised you all were able to recover it out of the water.
It's a lot of things that we could do. A little bit of ingenuity, you can move mountains,
Yeah.
But I digress. You came because you seen our Parade of Wonders a few years ago.
Yeah. There are these little doodads, these little characters. They're made of different materials, and they do all kinds of things just on their own.
We do have quite a few that do that. I mean, we've made like mechanical elephants, mechanical animals, mechanical kind of look like people. Those are called the Nimblewrights.
The Nimblewrights. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking of. That seems right. Well, I wonder, do you have any on display that I could look at?
If you remember to literally when you just walked in, you looked at a figure on the roof of the place that looked like a Nimblewright. That like shot the little mechanical bird towards you.
Oh. Okay.
If you wanted to describe that incident.
no, you good.
I'm checking out this picture.
I'm just throwing stuff out.
Oh, okay. I was all like, oh shit. This person looks kind of savage, bro.
No, don't look like that.
No, I searched for Dragonborns, and I also found this one. Let me go to that. Yeah, I also found this on Google.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
let's go. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Anyway, guys, 15-minute break. 15-minute break, please. Please. Anyway, so I can do with the 2-minute break. It'll work.
Well, anyways, Ender goes, yeah, as I was coming in, I think one of them things it took I swear it threw a bird at me, but it wasn't a bird. It was one of them little doodads.
You see, oh yeah, she goes, oh yeah, what's your name? My name's Valletta.
Valletta? Oh, okay. Yeah, my name's Ander.
Well, thank you for coming to the Temple of Gond, the House of Inspired Hands. That was probably Nim that you saw up there. He was a Nimblewright gifted to us by a Latinese wizard. I apologize for him. He didn't mean it with ill intent. If
It's okay. He didn't throw it very well.
follow me real quick, and she like takes you by the hand and leads you to a spiral staircase. He stays up here. There's an attic to the top.
Nim?
Yeah.
You're gonna let me talk to Nim?
If you want, I mean, they're pretty friendly. They don't really talk per se. They don't really have the capability of talking.
Okay.
You know, ASL.
Well, yeah, I think I would like to talk to this critter. Hey, I wonder I wonder if it would be also possible to maybe seek counsel with a seeker about some potential work.
That could be. What kind of work were you interested in?
I'd like to keep those cards a little closer to my chest. Maybe that's something I would discuss with the seeker if they were willing.
I mean, possibly. It just depends on if they actually need anything. But for now, let's talk with Nim. He should be in this attic up here.
Yeah, let's do that.
Walking up the spiral staircase takes you about a minute, but you get up to the top. You see the door that would lead up to an attic, and Valita kind of looks at it for a second. What the fuck? I didn't put this lock on here. Well, I don't have a key to this.
I heard the dice roll. Sounds like somebody's wanting to keep little Nim up here. Maybe that's why he's throwing birds at people. He's been trapped.
I mean, do you think you can open the door? Like, don't kick it down or anything. But if you've got like, some things that can help open a door, some
Let me just see what I have here in my sack. Aha! And he pulls out a crowbar.
No, let's not do that.
Well, I could just jam it in there.
No. Let's not destroy any work in the House of Inspired Hands.
Okay, that's fair.
Maybe we can try to get Nim to open the door from the other side. Hello. He starts knocking on the door. Nim. Hello. Why did you lock the door? Why is there a lock on the door? Hello. Please open the door. And like every time she says hello, she's getting sterner and sterner.
You know what? Why don't I go outside and see if that thing it threw at me is still there? Maybe we can get it to come and try to collect it.
Maybe you can persuade him to open the door doing that.
Maybe you should kiss it.
So you run downstairs and go get the scraps of the bird, bring it up to the door. And if you want to, you can roll a persuasion check. And Valida is going to give you advantage by strongly urging Nim to comply. Oh shit, I gotta actually get back on. That is not enough. After a second, you do not hear anything on the other side.
Oh shit.
And Valida is now like aggressively knocking on the door. Nim, please open the door.
Ander is gonna, I think, take this opportunity to quietly excuse himself from the situation.
Did you not want to talk to him?
Huh? What? Huh?
You think you can open this door without breaking down the door?
I mean, I can take this crowbar here and try to whack at the lock. I don't know. I'm not some kind of thief. I don't have a lock set, a pick set.
Do you know anybody that does?
Yeah, I might be able to go and talk to some people, but you know, it might be up here a while.
All right, I will keep trying to get him to open the door, but if you could go find somebody that could maybe pick this lock or that could talk to him a little bit better and get him to open the door.
Yeah, all right. Oh, and by the way, Anders says as he's heading down the steps, is the High Seeker still? Is that still Zolthran, whatever their name was? I fought a battle for them a while ago.
Are you talking about for the Lord's Alliance?
Yeah, but I'm stretching the truth here for the purpose of the conversation.
Valita will like look at you. They're kind of like aggravated from the door being locked on them in the first place. And she is like, honey, what is a seeker? And who is that person?
They were just who was in charge back in my day. Priest might be the word, I guess, maybe.
God dog. This book don't have that. I don't know right now.
Please leave a message.
You go get your friend to see if we can open this door.
Okay, yeah. I'll get right on that. Thank you. All right. Ender just clears the hell out of there.
Making your way back to the.
On my way back, I'm like, I gotta get a handle on these voices, man. I think they're changing my reality.
Hello, Lon. Welcome to the land of the living. Also, goodbye, Markham. Go to bed.
Yes, I'm gonna go.
Tag me in.
Tag out.
Tagging
Put
out.
me in, coach.
I'll holler at everyone tomorrow or sometime.
All right, buddy.
All right, Bubby. Good night.
See ya.
All right. So, Lon, you've actually missed a little bit. They have figured out a whole bunch of stuff. You were T-posing the entire time they were doing the Speak with Dead. You figured out, or you learned that the gnome was on his way to deliver something called the Stone of Glory to you guys, because he had heard that you had rescued Rainier. You learned that he took the stone from Xanathar. He was being chased by the Zenerim. The stone was used to hide like a whole bunch of treasure apparently in the city somewhere. And they asked him where to find the Xanathar, and he didn't know, and he said the Xanathar found you. they also talked to a member of the Xanathar's guild that was, or the Zenerum that was there, and learned. It took them about 3 questions, but they learned that the Xanathar and the Zenerum are not connected. But the last two, they figured out that the Zentrum people that were there were working with this guy named Ursula Floxen, uh, and that they had came from Gralhund Villa beforehand. And they, which is something I should have got you guys to do in the last game, which is just finding out that that puppet person was basically this like robot kind of looking guy called a Nimblewright, and that is where Ander was just at the temple place where they worship at, and now he's on his way back over to the tavern because one of them has locked themselves in a room and they can't get it open without Ander trying to take the door down.
Bird, I gotta put close the door.
But yeah, Ander is making his way back. So
Trying to. Am I there or?
not with Ander. We'll just say you were back at the, because everybody went back to the tavern anyway. Right now at the tavern it is Rulik, Markham, Gunthak, Lon, DeWarren had came back at one point after about 2 or 3 hours of being gone.
So who's stuck? Who's trapped in the closet?
Right now it is Markham and Gunthak.
And we're trying to unlock it.
Oh wait, closet. Closet is robot Nimblewright guy, but that's back at the House of Inspired Hands.
Yeah, it's like in a different place.
Oh, okay.
Like if you look on the map to the left side, it's over yonder. That's where the locked door is.
Okay, I see it.
Oh, and
Hold
I was doing errands as well. By the way, I left and did my own thing, and I'm still gone. I believe. Maybe I'm back. I don't know. I think I'm gone.
Well, by the time that Ander had went back and talked to Valita and came back, we'll just say everybody met up at the same time. But like Anders walking in right when Lon regains human consciousness and Markham loses his. And Warren has just walked back after a little bit of time.
I don't know if you were there for it last time, because it was like towards the end of the session. But well, maybe you were. But I also have like a new haircut where I have the side shave thing going on.
Yeah,
The hair on top
shape.
again is still long and pulled back.
Ah, yes. I was there for that.
So cool. I'll cut it. Well, if I just got back and I see everybody there, I'm just going to kind of nod and not say a word and just go sit in one of the chairs in the main part of the bar. Just wait for someone else to like make any kind of move.
Just to be clear, are you waiting for us to attack?
No, I'm just not taking any kind of. I look very sad.
Yeah, Day came back and he does look like he's pretty angsty a whole lot of times, but he is really melancholic right now. Just down in the dumps, kind of kicking his feet.
Picking his feet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pick this one, I picked that one. Right when I was born.
Kicking.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, that's gross, dude. It's an eating establishment.
I am the one that picks feet.
I bet Helm's on
Not
the turn.
Day.
Not today.
Okay. I will sidle up next to Day and try to cheer him up with a puppet show.
You have puppets?
He does pretty good at it. He has 2 socks.
It's not the worst thing you've ever seen.
It is. It's mildly amusing, but it is up to you how you want to react to it.
I'm going
Oh,
to.
tell him that you want to receive inspiration.
I'm going to like politely smile, but like I know that as soon as the opportunity calls and Juan has to tend to something else, I'm just going to go back to where I was. It's basically, if you want to look at it this way, I'm like trying to smile, but you know, I'm deceiving the fact that I'm not changing my mood.
So Lon will. Lon can take a hint. He looks a little downcast, and he gets up and sort of walks away. And then after a moment, he'll sort of like creep up to the other side of Day and pop the puppet into view and say, "You motherfucker!"
Oh my fucking god. That was
Made you laugh.
For the people that weren't drinking coffee, there's your wake up.
You succeed.
Sorry.
Just
He's not.
Grant, just imagine just a little side thingy, little side tangent here. Dash, tell him about Anthony and Squimbly.
Dude.
Oh. Quite the tale to tell. You mean for Rulik?
Yeah.
Alright, hold on. So.
He wasn't there for that.
Oh, I know. So, my last character was a gnomish artificer named Flint.
Okay.
And his homunculus, one of the infusions you can get is homunculus servant, and so along came Squimbly, and he was my little homunculus servant, and
Like a robot.
he kind of talked like this. He was a bit proper, but he was petty as fuck, and he was fun to be.
Okay.
And then a couple levels later, I was able to get some level 3 spells, and one of the level 3 spells that I was able to get was Tiny Servant. And so I already had Squimbly, so I decided I was going to have more friends on the field, and so during combat, I would, in most situations actually, I would use that for most of my spell slots actually to cast Anthony. Because along came Anthony, and Anthony was a little bit different. He Well, I guess we could start with our time. A deep a deep a deep a do do. Deep a doodly do. Deep a deep a doo. Crocodile Joe, where did you come from? I don't know.
That famous fucking Furbolg song called Now Joe, Crocodile Joe.
So yeah, Anthony is kind of just what my intrusive thoughts sound like when I put them on speakerphone.
Okay. I've
They're
always
so funny. Every antagonist hated him. They always killed him.
Yep, 100%.
Isn't that a girl's name?
I remember the one that you were gone and I had the voice plant for that game.
Gotta
Dustin
have
was
some
like,
range.
Dustin was like, "Yeah, she just puts her hands in his head and like just rips him apart." And I was like, I couldn't think of anything, so Flint was just like, "No."
I can't stop fucking up.
Oh, but yeah, sorry. So, Warren, did you laugh from that?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you got an audible chuckle from him at that point.
That's all the validation Flint needs for the day. So,
I don't know where Flint is.
Lon,
Some-
sorry,
Somewhere.
my heart's a little gnomish artificer. That's enough validation for Lon, too. God, how shitty does he feel? Like, I can't even get his name right, and I invented him.
Somewhere on some different plane. A little
You
message,
feel-
man.
Lon's gonna sit down and feel a hurt he'll never understand.
He's like, I feel good, but a major part of me does not feel good. But yeah, we'll say you guys were hanging out for about 10 minutes before Ander comes into the room now.
Hey, fellers. What'd we find out? What'd we do?
I found the villa.
You found the villa.
Yes, it seems to be heavily guarded and not easy to get into, probably.
Hmm. And what about Rulik over here? Did he get his sword silvered, little buddy?
I'm currently trying to teach Artreus how to stealth.
Roll animal handling.
Nope,
There is not.
not even a little. But I'm fully distracted.
In fact,
Yep.
oh my god, I got so fucked up by Anthony. Atreus is like getting fatter because now he's got like an owner and getting the stable food source coming to him. So he's getting fatter and lazier.
Son of a bitch. We should kill him. With love.
But looking at Rulik, he does not have his scimitar or his cleaver on him anymore.
Oh, womp
So
womp.
lever.
How long's it gonna take him to get it done?
Mm-hmm. I shrug my shoulders. I'm just waiting. Time
Fair
has no
enough.
meaning.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I didn't get as much as you did, Day. What I found out is that over there at that Temple of Gon, they have these little tiny puppet men. They dance around. They move on their
I
own.
point towards Juan's puppets.
Okay, so they are human sized. It's just from where you were, they were not human sized. They were very small.
Lon was absolutely ready to make a human-sized puppet for Leaf to inhabit.
Take this
So-
body of straw.
So they make
No
those.
good, I
Little,
got enough rags.
they make those little tiny automaton-looking thingies that we believe did the murdering. Now, I did pick up in conversation that they kind of also it's sort of like an intellectual exchange. Other places make these automatons, and they kind of come in. So I feel like we might be able to track down at least who made the murderer. You see my drift? It would be not easy.
I think I heard a story about that once. How to make a murderer or something.
No, that was Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Oh. Maybe we had different childhood tales.
That song
Yeah,
fucked me up.
The Warren's like, Lon, you and I, we're not the same.
Lon will flip his hair and say, "Girl, I know." Roll to defend against psychic damage.
uh,
Done. Done with work.
but
Oh man.
I don't believe it.
All right. So after Ander finishes relaying that, he believes that there is also some difficulty in figuring out who did the murdering, but it seems possible.
yeah, and also you explained that you met with one of the priests working there, Valida, and they knew about at least one of the Nimblewrights, Nim, and you guys were trying to go and talk to Nim to try to figure out, see if they knew anything, and there was a locked door, and you could not convince Nim to open the door, and they did not want you to break down the door. So you have to figure out a way to either convince Nim to open the door or get inside the door without breaking it down.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could also do all that.
We'll speed it up.
Yeah. Thanks for saving like 20 minutes of dialogue.
Gotcha.
Well, so what's our next point of order?
Well, it seems like we're going to the villa or we're going back to the temple.
The villa.
In either case, I feel like we probably... I mean, Nim's not going anywhere. We could probably get away with full resting.
That's kind of how I felt, because the villa is well guarded, and we know that they were sent from there. We don't know if the person who sent them is still there, or who they are, or how important they are. Should we approach this from a stealth assassin perspective, or maybe just go up and say, "Hi, we're here to talk to somebody," and see where that takes us? Saying it out loud.
Game, dude.
Saying it out
No,
loud.
I think that's a great idea. We just need to get in there.
Yeah, so saying it out loud, I think that going up to the home of somebody who sent people after somebody who knew us by name, maybe that's a bad idea.
Well, you don't want to just walk up like, "Hello, how do you do?" You wanna sneak in. Oh, sneaky like.
I'm sorry, I just seen the Emrakul and 15 squirrels.
Holy fucking shit.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny. I know Grant knows why, but for the other Magic players. So, Emrakul, like the first Emrakul that came out, was fucking busted as shit. Like, it's a banned card and commander.
It's not that good.
I mean,
Couldn't you utilize Imrakul with a couple of other cards to initiate a turn 1 victory?
And you could, not like turn 1. And that was also like, it's banned in Commander. You couldn't do that in Commander. It was like modern and stuff that you could do that in, but you can still play your in other formats. So
yeah.
When I was in college, there was this guy that had an Eldrazi deck, and
Not me.
Emrakul was in it. He had a bunch of other stuff, and one of the win strategies that he actually got to utilize in tournament, it was really cool, is into the game, if you get the right series of draws, you can say, okay, so here's what's going to happen. I leave everything on my side. You start over. The game is at turn 1. Go.
Oh, that's,
I go first.
That's the wrong game we're pulling, I think.
Yeah, I think it's the other one that you
Yeah,
take control of their turn.
Yeah, there's the Promised End, which
Yeah,
is
that's
that one, and then
that's
there's
the newer
Aeon's
one.
Torn, which is the
That
one that
was
is
the-
banned.
Yeah, that's the first one.
The 13-13 for 13.
Yeah, the other one's 15-15 for 15. Yeah, but she has like protection from everything, doesn't she?
I don't think so.
I think the first one did.
I know in the
It had,
tournament, watching him finally get it pulled off, it was like devastating because he was losing. He was getting really shit draws, but I think it was kind of like he was getting ready to drop Exodia on him.
Well, it's not like not protection from everything. It can't be countered. You take an extra turn after that. It's protection from colored spells. What was the thing?
Oh, buddy.
I seen a video the other day. I know this is like super off tangent, but anytime I start talking about Magic, I'll go off the rails. They were playing in a deck, and some dude had Emrakul, and he played it, and he took control of like his other friend, and his other dude was playing the Sphinx commander, Urtet or something like that. Not Urtet, but Ursix something. It's
What?
basically like a factor fiction on a commander.
It is Urtet.
Urtet's he's the Mir commander that just came out, Mir commander.
Oh, you're right.
It's like Unks or something like that. Oh, fucking god.
Yeah, okay, I think I know the one you're talking about.
I'm gonna find it anyway because I won't be able to like sleep if I don't.
I think it's 2.
Fucking Google, come on. Unesh.
Uh-huh.
But he took control of him and made like a whole bunch of copies of Unesh and basically like milled his entire library before he got to play his own turn. It was super funny. And he ended up killing like the other guy. So he killed himself when he was playing on the other guy's extra turn, and then milled that guy out of his entire library and made that guy lose. It was so fucking funny. I watched it. I was like, Jesus Christ. I don't even know where the fuck we were at after that.
You and your fucking squirrels.
Yeah.
We were deciding to go to the villa or the other place and stuff.
And Ander was saying how we just needed to be all sneaky like, and DeWarren was like, I don't know, seems dangerous, which is a good point.
Yeah, and you do actively have like kind of a lead over in the House of Inspired Hands right now.
The what?
The
House of
house.
Inspired Hand, the Temple of Gond.
Oh.
The house of catching these hands.
Yeah, we sent pictures of it.
Inspired to do what?
Well,
And
it
stuff.
seems like they're inspired to make things. They're like inventors or some shit.
Oh. So it's not like the Temple of Magic Fingers.
God,
No,
I wish.
Temple of
no
Jazz
finger
Hands.
bangs.
Temple of Jazz Hands is like definitely a bard thing, like a Vegas thing. Anyway, yeah. So do we go free the automaton or whatever it is, and try to talk to it or something, or do we go straight to the source of our problems and try to break into a villa?
Oh my God, guys! I know
Why did
exactly
it not
what
want to
do.
talk to you?
Well, it turns out, right? So these little automaton thingies, they don't talk to anybody. They just kind of animate. and so I, I, I'm looking at my notes and I'm feeling sad that I've been writing down what's happening for everybody else, but not for me.
It's okay. You're doing great. And Lon will go ahead and pat you on the shoulder.
Well, while I was down there, I met this lady, and essentially, before I got to do any real snooping, she wanted me to talk to this thing, see it, interact with it, and it was behind some locked door. I offered to go in. I had the tools with me, but apparently, no, can't damage anything in the House of Inspired Hands. That might be blasphemous. So I'm here to ask you guys: do any of you all have like a lockpick set?
I'm gonna look.
I'll lower.
I'm gonna look through my bag and see what I have. But as I'm looking through my bag,
The
I'm
frog does. He's not here, but he does.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Markham has a thieves tool set.
But I'll be like, they're afraid that something's gonna break, and that they can't possibly invent something to replace something as complex as a door.
Yeah, these people don't seem super, like, I mean, magic, because that definitely seems to be involved, but they got something different going on over there.
Is it one of the cases of, like, the smartest dumb person you've ever met, or is it more of a mystical thing?
No,
Or the dumbest smart person.
The smartest dumb person might not be too far off. I mean, it certainly seems like magic is used, but it's just different. You'd have to experience. I mean, you heard the lady's description.
Well, yes, you have to go ask Markham for that. I do not have lockpicking tools, and now I'm realizing I need to go shopping for lockpicking tools.
Hey, Gaspar, you can use my tools.
Well, thank you, Markham. So the question is, do
Now,
we go
are they
now?
poisoned? Are they poisoned because he registered them in the lock tools?
No.
And he has poison fingers.
No. He
They
puts
should
them on the
be.
ground and kicks them towards you.
Oh,
Yeah, but
okay.
that's still he's still contacted. He has to make contact.
No, he has to like.
I'm going to push them into the frog.
No.
Um,
Just take the goddamn tools.
I'm going to wash the frog in holy water.
You're not an ordained priest. This is just water.
The power of. I don't know.
Well,
That is a first level cleric spell. You can make holy water.
it came out of a hole somewhere, I'm sure.
what time
That's
of day
funny.
is it, DM?
It is
3:32.
honestly probably around 3 or 4, somewhere in between.
I nailed it.
Hey, shoot, we should probably we probably could go over there, back over there today then, if we wanted.
If you guys want, me and Guntak's gonna train, I guess, up here for a little bit.
Unlock your third eye, little buddy.
I'm more sure than him.
Sure, I'm up for it. Let's go. I just get
Unlock
up,
your
I get
third eye.
up, and I'm starting towards the door.
At least for me. I will also go.
Yes.
So sorry. What?
I just noticed that there in the dice list there's a 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 20, 100 fudge.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
roll shit die. Mine's a 1, so I still beat it.
He's the DM.
There's like 5 of them too.
Yo, what the?
That's weird.
That is weird.
There, if somebody ever wants to die, just send that on a death save.
What is that?
I don't get while yours had an exclamation mark and a period or a P too.
I clicked it at the top. It might be a GM private role. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway,
That's so funny.
So it can be 0, it can be
the plus sign might
positive,
be,
or it can be negative.
or sometimes a 1.
Wait,
Dude, this is a Mindelbrot set.
Lon can make that water holy.
Yeah.
He's a priest of death.
Yeah, and
He's
it's
gonna go.
ceremony, isn't it?
Yeah, he's gonna go hold his hands over the water, and just like sort of sway back and forth. Every step I take, every move I make.
Every single take, every time we. Is it missing or watching?
Missing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it depends on who you're listening to.
Yeah.
Puff Daddy says missing because Biggie Smalls died. Sting says watching because he's a stalker.
Yeah, when you listen to that song, it don't sound too good, actually.
Okay,
It's an ode to stalking. They said so. They're like, yeah, this is about following some chick. Don't do this.
Please, dog.
Just watching. Just watching.
I just
And then-
miss my homie.
And then millions of people all across the world are all like, "Oh man, my love song."
I love this.
Yeah, this works for me. All right.
The police know me so well.
So, Lon, I hope I'm not interrupting. I'm going to let you finish. Just hear me out. This is an actual vial of holy water I got from a temple of Lathander. So I'm quite sure it's actual holy water. But at the same time, I want you to purify Lathander's holy water with Kelemvor's death water. I'm very curious to see what happens.
Okay. So, I will pour the Wakanda holy water into my holy water and mix them together.
Pouring it in, from like the water that you were given.
It
It looks like water.
From Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Everybody turns into a Fanta.
That's it.
Mama. No, the water. It just looks like regular water. It's kind of like a smidgen brighter. Like it kind of looks like sun's going through it a little bit. You mix it in with your water, and it kind of dilutes it. It just kind of settles for a second. Looks watery. But you see it's like a dim, like slightly green light that swirls around inside of it. But for the purposes of it being holy water, it is still holy water.
You've made double holy water.
Kinda hard with you not around, though you're in heaven smiling down, watching us while we pray for you. Every day we pray for you.
I imagine you're just like borderline breakdancing while you're doing this.
He pours a little bit out on the ground. For you,
Oh.
dog.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, now you have double holy water.
Yay!
See.
Let's go the holiest of holes. Water.
So, I like to think that like other
Lon is going to. Oh, go ahead.
other holy water is just holy water, and like normal like maybe like the DM described, kind of like maybe very faintly glowing and whatever. But what Ender's water is holy water in the fact that it's pure, so it's just dead distilled water.
Oh, is that rare?
I'm just my brain. I don't know.
I'm just a messenger.
There is one fact. That water is super holy now.
guys. Let's wait until Merkham falls asleep. sneak into his room and baptize him.
We should put him in a
You're not
mayo
going to use
pit.
that water there in that vial, are you, though? You are?
I will refill the vial from the holy water and be like, "No, I'm not," and hand it back to you.
Thank you, Lon.
That's for you.
I
That way you'll always remember the time that I dumped your water into my water. And then gave
Got
you
it
some
all
back.
full of holes.
Now
Our
we're
water's touched.
water brothers, and I'm gonna put my cork the bottle and put it back in my pack, but just kind of feel weird about it.
Does that mean we go to the bathroom together now when we're out?
I think it has to, yeah.
Group potty check. Alright. You guys can discuss what you're going to do here in the next second. I am going to take a little, like, 5-10 minute break, something like that. Collect myself. Probably going to go till about 12:30, then I'm probably going to hop off here.
Right.
You
So yeah, if you guys want to take a little quick breaker, you guys can discuss what you're going to do. I'm going to go prepare myself. Go take a
Alright.
pee.
All right.
gonna pepper his Angus.
Yeah.
So we headed to the Inspired Hands house, Mander, is that right?
Yeah, I recommend we go and check that out. It seems at least the threat of mortal danger is absent there.
Well, I can respect that. I have no major objections. Okay. I guess we'll head straight there then.
Alright,
Right.
but first I need to know who the fuck Rulik is trying to whip.
It's a can sitting on the side of the road.
Yeah, you
That's
see
right.
him where
That's
his
right.
like scimitar would be. He just has like nothing in his hand. He's just like flinging that about. But he does have his whip out, and he's just. How are you proficient with the scimitar but not the whip?
I do what I want.
Or does the whip take strength?
No, they both. Fuck, I don't know, man.
Does it?
Like,
Is
no, they both.
your strength a +1?
No, my strength is a -1. They're both +3 for dex. I think I'm just actually proficient with the scimitar.
Could be. Yeah, because I think druids are. Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, what the fuck? Alright. Continue.
Back
We're
on track.
You guys are going your way to the House of Inspired Hands. Since nobody else besides Andrew seen it at first, the House of Inspired Hands looks like a cross between a temple and a workshop. The symbol of Gond, a toothed cog with 4 spokes, is displayed prominently. You don't see that part. That already happened. But yeah, you guys walking up, you see very impressive, grand open doors. Blonde, you being the only one that's really been through like the religious side. Well, I guess kind of Dewarn too. Dewarn, you've never really seen a building this big, even coming from like a place that you've been at.
Mm.
You've seen a place like the entirety was that big, but like not a single like structured building itself.
Right.
Lawn, you have seen churches. This is the furthest thing from a church you've seen. It kind of looks like a museum, a workshop for like inventors and stuff. It doesn't really strike you as like a place of religion.
Would I be amiss in describing this place as a mega church?
Well, you might be able to describe the temple that way. It's pretty freaking huge. But in addition to that, there's actually also a giant spire.
Giant
you
spire?
can see it right there.
And from you've kind of heard about like the Day of Wonders, like it's this like just big display of like a bunch of automatons that kind of run through the city.
Yeah, it's a day that
And
I really try to stay inside.
yeah, it usually happens on the in the fall, I think is what it said. Uh, but yeah, you kind of figure that like this place has to be a little bit bigger in design if it's going to house like things and creations of that stature inside of it.
Interesting, at least. So, are there? Where's your door located at? Is it on the ground floor? Or we have to go inside.
No. Yeah, no, we got it. What we're gonna do is there's a sort of like an exhibition hall. It's not as tall as the tower and much larger. We're gonna go in there and then we're gonna go up some steps.
I'm not particularly into exhibitionism.
Walking in, since you guys didn't see it, I will now say you see the inventions in the Hall of Exemplary. You see a 4 foot tall working model of a clock tower, rings at the top of every hour. It's made of wood, iron, bronze, and glass, with brass bells and delicate hands formed with solid gold. A wooden flying machine has wings that flap when it becomes airborne. A miniature model of a mechanical dragon turtle has a brass plate affixed to its pedestal that reads Big Belchy, sank in Deepwater Harbor on the Day of Wonders in 1363.
It wasn't supposed to do that.
A functional waking helmet equipped with small articulated metal arms and hands that gently slap the wearer if he or she falls asleep. A miniature model of a red submarine shaped like a manta ray has a brass plate affixed to its pedestal that reads the Scarlet. Oh fuck! God damn it!
Is that what it reads?
We love you, bro. Go for it.
The Scarlet
Johansson.
Marpinoth. That's what I'm going with. Scarlet Marpinoth.
All right.
Latinese submersible, launched in 1489 DR.
Wait, I'm going to get in my bag and pull out my schematic, and I'm going to unfurl it and hold it up and start looking around the room frantically. Does my schematic match anything in this room?
Ooh, good thought.
It kind of looks like a cross between the submersible and like it has like a familiar like aquatic looking body design to it. Maybe not like a manta ray. It doesn't have like the big flaps like attached to it like that. It has flaps on the side of it, but they're more like wings. It's kind of like a match between the submersible and the flying machine that's there. Like it's got the aquatic whale looking body design, but wings on the side of it.
Okay. Is there anybody in the area that looks like they might work here, if that's the right term?
You see like tons of people like going in and between this place.
I wanted to find one that I think might look competent, and maybe that's just the first one I see. And I'm going to ask them, pardon me, do you recognize this this drawing?
You see a older looking white haired man. It's got chin scruff. One of his eyes is a bright green, the other is a dark red. He looks at it for a second and he goes, holy, where'd you get this?
I'm going to throw it back, like roll it back up and hold it closer to me. I traded a favor for it. Well, can you tell me anything about it?
I mean, not off from the 5 seconds I looked at it, but I don't know, something about that design. It speaks to me. Do you need that? Could I get that from you in some way?
It depends. First off, friend, my name is Dorn Spring Pride, and you are? And I'm gonna hold my hand out to shake his hand.
Oh, my name is. Shake your hand. My name's Urza.
Did you really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do here at this place?
I just came in. I don't worship God or anything like that. I'm an inventor of sorts. Uh, I've been trying to design mechanical things, and something about that really got to me. You sure? Can I see that
I'll tell you
just
what.
one more time?
I'll tell you what. Let's trade another favor for a favor. You take this, and I give it to him, and maybe you can help me in the future.
Sure. Thank you. Any, what kind of favor?
I don't know. I don't know what I need. I'm not going to like blackmail you or indenture you into servitude or anything. Just making friends.
As long as I'm. Can I say this is mine?
Yes.
Okay.
Officially transferred.
Then sure. Yeah. Here. He like reaches his hand out one more time.
Now, is he to shake my hand?
Shake the hand and I guess to get the paper.
Okay. Yeah, I transfer the paper over and just nod. Thank you, Ursa.
He takes the paper and runs away.
Okay. Fair enough.
You hear him like say, "Oh my, this could be it."
I might never see that man again. I'm gonna turn around and find my friends.
Well, I tell you, if we hear in the news that somebody is recently rich, we might know who it is.
Yes, but I mean, I suppose
We should kill him.
I suppose it's all the same. I'm not an inventor. I can't do anything with that paper. If he can bring himself some fortune and bring some good to the world with a new thing that would be otherwise scrawling on paper, then why not?
An even better day, then you would have a rich connection in the city who owes you a favor.
I've got a couple of those.
You're gonna come in the news. I wish I had.
I did not mean to offend. My apologies.
Living on leather
Ooh.
scraps for 10 years.
Granny always
Well-
told me stories about sugar daddies.
Sugar wasn't something we particularly dealt in, but it wasn't out of the realm of possibility.
Oh no, that's not what sugar daddies want. They don't actually want you to give them sugar.
It's not?
No.
Well, what else could it mean? I mean, it seems pretty straightforward.
I forget you haven't been living with the Fae. Everything means something dirty there. It's like
Full of-
high school.
Full of innuendos.
Perpetual. I keep getting older,
Innuendo.
and they stay the same age.
I feel like you have a lot to teach me, Lon.
As you guys are talking, just down in the hall, you look over Ander and see the familiar dragonborn acolyte coming towards you. Oh, there you are. Is this your? Can you? Are they going to help us get the door open? I've been trying, but I'm about to go get some other guy and just get them to cast knock on the door if you guys can't open it.
Yeah, no, yeah, this is a gang. Gang, this is Valita. Valita, direct us to Nim. And we will
Alright.
get in there without damaging the door.
Please follow me.
Excuse me, Velida. Do you know a man? I think he was a half elf by the name of Urza.
I don't know him personally. I think he just came in through some of the guys from Latin the other day.
Okay, he and I were just talking. I didn't know if he was on the up and up or not.
I don't know. He's just some. I think that he's an artificer, some way they pronounce it. I don't know. Everybody's different.
Artful Fisher.
Art fishers.
I've heard Artful Spicer. before.
He's I mean, he's a decent enough guy, I suppose. He's not really a follower of Gond or anything like that.
Okay.
Anyway, this way. And she leads you guys towards the spiral staircase.
Hard on Slicer.
You guys make it to the door. You see a little log down at the base of it. Whoever has thieves' tools, you can try to do a thieves' check. I don't think anybody is proficient in thieves' tools, so it would be just flat dexterity.
Let me take a look at my sheet.
I
Ooh,
think we can all take turns.
I feel like I might have it. Just
I
maybe.
feel like he might. He
Let's
seems
see it.
confident.
Come on.
I accidentally. There we go.
Okay.
Pretty good, I think.
You get it
You
in there.
accidentally pretty well.
You put it in there, stick it around for a little bit. You start to feel some of the tumblers like click in. You get it almost about a third of the way in, and they just stop tumbling for you, and just kind of like is like dead solid, like solid. It's not moving anymore.
Guys, I got some of these tumblers clicked, and I'm afraid I can't get it.
Here, let me have a go. I'm gonna crouch down because I'm so tall. I'm gonna try to manipulate it a little bit further.
Roll a dexterity check.
Lon, is there anything you can do magically to assist in this?
No.
Does not have the best spell in the game.
I'll pat you on the back. Just kidding.
It's almost a 20. It's a 30. God dang it.
No, in fact, like you, as you're trying, you have like the bit of progress that Andrew had made. You kind of regress a little bit, like you
should
as
not
you're
touch this. I'm going to hold it in place with one finger to not lose anything further. Either one of you want to take a crack at it?
Are we recording this? Because I need to write this all down.
Yeah, we're recording.
Yeah. I hold my finger there. Say anybody else want to take a crack at this? Like, I mean, these are creative writing prompts right here.
setting you guys up. Come on.
So to answer your question, I do not have the dexterity to do that. Like,
I had a plus
I
one,
will-
so
Really, this is your chance. You can guidance him again, though.
No, it's not.
Oh my god. We are not supposed to talk to Nim, guys.
I'm
Okay.
going to take the
I am
glaive
going-
off of my back.
All right, I will pat myself on the shoulder and say, "Get your hoe face on." And then dexterity.
just a dexterity check.
I'm priming to swing at the door.
Hey!
Oh wait, do your guidance.
You do your D4. Yeah, so
Hey, alright.
the glaive is over my head off to the right, about to be swung.
So with a
He's
little
right
bit of
here.
work, all group teamwork, doing this, trying to open this door. As Long comes over and is like, "All right, come on, Kellenbor, help me out here, dog."
Get your hoe
And you
face
stick
on.
it in there. You do really good, like on your own, and like you're about to get that final tumbler, and it's like starting to lift up, and you just feel it deep within you to get your hoe phase on, and you pop that final one, lock falls down, door opens up. Inside, you guys see. Let me see if I have. I think I got a picture of this dude.
Just a red dragon.
Am I the chosen one for getting this door open
You were our last
Yeah.
chance.
in their own fucking church?
Hey, let me tell
You
you
did.
what. If I could survive
Yeah,
all that,
they've. Go ahead.
if I could survive all that door open, I got a +6.
Soon.
You're gonna wait it out? I'm not even gonna react to this locked up bullshit.
Alright, I accidentally saved the same photo twice. You see a dude, well, just a little guy in there that looks like this. Not without the sword. The sword is not there. It is just like a brass looking automaton. Got like a little mustache and the goatee. Has a. He doesn't have the hat on. He does have like a little sash over top of him though. It's like pretty much the same clothes that the Temple of Gone people are wearing.
Is he still
Does he
there?
have that? Does he have that dick for a tongue?
Yeah, big old dick for a tongue. Open up the door. Veleta. God, I'm fucking up names so bad now.
Velveeta.
Words are hard, dude.
Veleta will rush by Nim. First off, why is there a lock on that door? And you see him kind of like move his hands around, and Veleta watches his hand movements. Well, still, there's no excuse to lock the door. There's no locks inside the temple. You know that's a rule. Stop. Quit signing at me like that. No. Just Nim. Alright. These guys have questions they need to ask you. He can't really speak or anything. He knows a simple sort of sign language that we've been able to like interpret from him. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just ask him. I will do my best to decipher it out to you.
Do you want to be my friend?
He gestures and he says, hold on.
I swear to God, you sent
Oh
us
shit!
you sent us a bunch of pictures of ASL. I swear.
It's the middle finger.
This is what he says.
He
I
says,
don't know why. You
yes.
said ASL, and I thought you meant AOL for a second.
Yep.
And I was like, it took me that long to process it. Don't know why.
Yes, in the ancient city of Waterdeep, they use AOL Instant Messenger.
He says, yes, I'm very lonely.
I'm very lonely.
Boo. I've forgotten. Why are we here? Why are we talking to this thing?
Oh, right.
I didn't
okay.
know, so I decided to be its friend.
So I was just yeah
Oh, the puppet man thing, right? Is that what we're doing, or?
yes
Yeah,
right.
you guys seen somebody said they saw a figure that looked like a Nimblewright.
So tell me, feller, Are any of you Nimblewrights allowed off campus?
Oh, how? Oh, gosh.
Velita would speak up and say, no, no Nimblewrights are allowed to.
No, I want
Not.
him to answer.
He says no. No Nimblewrights are allowed to leave
Do we
the temple.
do we believe him?
Do we believe the person translating for him? How far you want to go down this, bud?
After a second, Nim starts gesturing a little bit more, and Velita's like looking to him. Oh. Well, Nim admits that it built the other Nimblewright to ease its loneliness.
The other,
But-
like the one other.
I guess he makes stuff up here. I guess he made that bird that was sent towards you earlier, Mr. Ander.
Oh, is that the other Nimblewright he was talking about?
No, Nimblewright is something that looks just like him.
Wait.
He can make... This Nimblewright can make Nimblewrights?
Well,
Are we
He's
really going
not-
to like simplify it like that? Like he is up here, the Mr. Nim, and I'm going to gesture him. He is making duplicates of himself. He's reproducing, and you're just like, oh, he makes stuff up here.
yeah, this is a temple where we have a bunch of supplies. It's not hard. Nobody's really supervising him.
Lon
It-
is
it-
now.
you don't see that as a problem.
Lon is now
I
showing
mean,
him.
yeah, now we see it as a problem. We didn't know he was making this.
So you're saying you were making Nimblewrights and they were leaving? They were leaving
No,
the campus?
we don't make the Nimblewrights. Like we got
The
Nim
Nimblewrights-
specifically.
Nimblewrights.
That
Well-
was actually... I was addressing that question at Nim, I should say. So Nim was making the Nimblewrights and they were leaving the campus? Is that what I'm hearing?
Nim will start gesturing, and Velita. I had to look over and see how their fucking name was spelled. Velita will say, he was a gift from a Latinese wizard, and he has been creating his own inventions on the sly, apparently. One of the inventions just happened to be another Nimblewright. I don't know who made him. He was a gift to us. We don't know what they installed into him before they delivered him to us. I guess they gave him some protocols to make other things.
Lon, were you saying something?
Oh. Not. Well, once this conversation is over, he's going to ask. Lon is going to ask Nim. He's going to show Nim his puppets and see if Nim has any ideas to make them come alive.
No, we're not going to keep encouraging this. In fact, Velita starts snapping her fingers, and a bunch of acolytes come up, and she orders them to remove all the tools and unfinished inventions from the attic, while she forces Nim to look on.
No.
But then Nim will tell you that the other Nimblewright fled in confused terror a month ago, and Nim hasn't seen it since.
I'm going to ask Nim in Dwarvish, do you believe you have a soul?
He does not respond.
Because if you think you do, this is all continued in Dwarvish, then they have no right to keep you here.
He looks at you, and he continues to not respond. He tilts his head a little bit, and then tilts it back, and then looks back to Velita.
Looking to Valia, do I have any inkling that she understood me?
No, she didn't. Roll an intelligence check. You can surmise that Nim doesn't understand Dwarvish.
Hmm. I'm going to try in Elvish. They have no right to keep you here if you don't want to be here.
Nim continues to look at you
God dang it.
and then turns around and walks away.
But
We are going to take Nim away for a little bit. Do you guys have any other... You want to look around for anything? I don't know if you need to look around, see if he left over something.
Not that I'm aware of right now.
This is like this is like
Who's,
his living space.
Yeah, the upstairs attic's place is like where Nim was kind of just hanging out.
and who handles receiving when one of these things comes in?
Man, I don't know. There's a lot of us here. I don't know. I don't keep track of every fucking thing that comes into here.
Damn, Valita.
You got very irritable very fast. Is there a problem?
Yeah, when you find out a fucking autonomous creation has been making other autonomous creations under your nose, it's kind of fucking irritating.
Calm down. I'm going to tell her to calm down while moving my hand up and down.
Grandkids, am I fucking right?
Fucking
Valita,
can't believe
it's-
that's bullshit.
It actually is pretty important that we talk to whoever is in receiving.
I mean, that's been like, I don't even know. Nim's been here for months now.
Nim.
You see,
Well, he's entertaining.
You don't keep records of this kind of thing?
I don't personally know, not me.
Do you know
Somebody
who would?
nearby.
Yeah, I meant like the you plural. You at large.
Ewan's.
All y'all.
The monogamous you, the overhanging you of
the
the house.
royal you.
No, I don't know. He was a gift. I don't think they really gave too many shits about it. They're like, oh, cool, another Nimblewright.
Oh, so you've gotten these before?
Yeah, we have some of our own. We have some Latinese people that are here that actively like build them. This one was a gift from just a strange wizard that came through one day.
That didn't seem like a security risk.
Ander
to you?
is attempting poorly, it would seem, to ascertain, based on the conversations he's had with Valita, if she's trustworthy.
Yeah, I mean, everything that Valito's done has been in very human emotions. Like, they were inquisitive about why Nim had locked himself away. They're very upset now to figure out that Nim has been, like, upstairs building shit, and they didn't know about it. They don't really know. As far as you can tell, that they're being pretty, like, truthful. They've been straightforward with you. They're telling you that if you want, that you guys can look around upstairs, like in this little spot, to see if you can find anything that maybe something had been left behind.
Not gonna lie, I'm feeling some kind of way about this.
What kind of way?
Like, I can't say anything in character, but because she's right there. But like, they're keeping this guy, with machine or no, locked up with nothing to do but sit here and think, and he found a way to entertain himself by duplicating himself with. Then it went out into the world and apparently killed somebody, and they just seem like, oh well, he's just making stuff, and now we're I'm thinking, like, is this guy sentient, and is it an actual creature? what's the implications of this robot being in the world and all these
Nah,
thi-
he's just
So-
roll.
all these things.
So-
He's a wind-up toy that can't stop fucking around.
It's folding somewhere in between slavery and like the
Blade Runner.
Terminator, Blade Runner territory. I'm like, yeah.
They're like robots. They're like self-powered robots.
So anyway, do I see anything in this phase right now? Since she's letting us look at like this one little room, I'll just do my best to see if there's anything worthwhile here that might, eke some information that he is not able to communicate.
Are you searching the attic, or are you watching the area as it's being cleaned out?
No, I'm searching. Like she said, we can search it. I'm just gonna go ham. I'm gonna lift up furniture, move things slightly, poke around back and forth. I'm looking for stuff.
All right. You eventually find a 1 foot long copper contraption with an umbrella-like metallic protrusion at one end.
Okay, 1 foot long. Does Valita see me get this? Like find this?
I caught you red-handed, fool.
I mean, are you trying to like not?
Yeah, I'm going to try to see if I can pick it up and like bag it or like tuck it under my cloak or something without her seeing.
Roll sleight of hand.
This could very well turn.
I
into-
will sneak up behind him and just like get right up in his ear, like really uncomfortably close, and be like, "Get your whole face on."
This could very quickly turn into a deception. This doesn't go well. It does not go well. Oh, I got 9. So okay.
I mean, just they're passive. They see that.
Okay. So I'm gonna try and tuck it away in my bag, and then I'm gonna keep looking for stuff. See if I see anything else.
Really, I mean, besides seeing like a bunch of scrap and just an amalgamation of like different pieces of metal and copper tubing and glass beakers and shit like that.
Okay.
Valita's like, well, what did you find?
I found something interesting. It looks like some sort of metallic umbrella.
Could we-
Like a umbrella.
Seems to be it though. I don't see anything else of significance around here.
could we see it real quick?
Yeah, I suppose, and I will reluctantly take it out of the bag.
And I will show you guys what it is.
Did you guys leave me at the house?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You're training.
Well,
So you guys all should have a handout now.
Let's see.
Nice.
That's straight out of Dr. Seuss.
The
That is-
Nimblewright detector.
it's
that
a
is
nipple
it.
detector.
Valita will look at Nim, and what is this? After a couple of hand gestures, Valita will say, "This is a device that Nim had built to try to find the errant Nimblewright and to try to seek it out. Only you can't leave the temple grounds." And you see Nim keep moving his hands around. To activate the Nimblewright detector, you have to hold down the trigger. When the activated device comes within 500 feet of a Nimblewright other than Nim, the umbrella begins to spin, whir, and click. The spinning, whirring, and clicking accelerates as the distance to the target lessens, reaching maximum velocity and volume when a Nimblewright other than Nim is within 30 feet of the device.
Nim, might we take this out of the building and maybe use it to help find your creation?
Nim has no free will. Yes, you can take it.
I'm going to look from Nim to her, then back to Nim, and then we'll take the item back from her and put it in my bag.
Valita, there.
Yes.
Do you know that there was an explosion downtown?
I think I've heard a couple of the acolytes coming through say something about it. Was it up towards Northward, wasn't it?
No, not towards Northward.
No. Where was it then?
Towards the dock wards.
Roll deception.
The fireball by
Yeah, you guys live in the North Ward.
No, bro. We live right here by the dock ward.
No, you live up here.
Yeah,
What the hell is
we're
there?
We're off Troll Skull Alley, bro.
Yeah.
Our house is literally like right there.
Oh shit, you right.
Silly man.
What the hell? What the hell? What was Candy Lane? What was down Candy Lane? Something
Roll that
was.
deception, fool.
Oh, it was the initial warehouse for the first part of the quest.
Yeah.
What's your gaslighting modifier?
I wanted to understand my mistake. Yeah, it was in North Ward.
Oh yes.
You heard what some of them are describing as the perpetrator.
What? No, I haven't heard anything like that.
Well, I suspect that in the coming days you're gonna have some very difficult questions landing at your door.
Well, listen.
When that time comes, feel free to reach out to us. We are friends. We will try to help.
Well, I'll tell you guys what. If you guys can go out and use that little detector thing to find the Nimblewright that Nim had built, and you could fucking destroy it and bring it back here, we will give you 500 gold.
Well, let's go.
Dang.
Okay.
What if it's still functioning?
No, he has to be destroyed and bring back proof that it's destroyed.
All right. An automaton's life for 500 gold. That seems fair. I've
And
killed
we'll
men for
also-
less.
And also, I can give you some of these non-magical inventions. One each, but I can give you adjustable stilts, a backpack parachute, a barking box,
A barking box.
and a matchless pipe.
I love this idea. It's a deal. Also, how much would you take to sell Nim?
Oh, he is not leaving this temple now. After what we learned, he cannot leave this temple anymore.
Oh, purely for scrap or research purposes.
That is non-negotiable. He cannot leave this place now.
So, DM, are we like in a Rapunzel tower? Is there a window or anything like that?
Bro, I was thinking the same thing, except
Yeah, as you look out the window, I'm climbing up
All
the
right.
side of the wall.
All right, fellas. Aim for the bushes.
Dun, 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 dun.
Whoever survives wins. Jump.
But
So, but is this just like an attic, or is there any kind of window, or is this like a tall tower? Where are we at?
we're not in
Well,
the
you are-
tower.
You are in an attic, though.
We're in an attic.
Did they
Well,
tell
so
me
this is a
what?
workshop, so is this like the foreman's office?
Where they kind of took us is like there's the main exhibition hall and there's a hallway off to the side,
Okay.
and then in that hallway there's a series of steps that go up to this room, and he's in the room, and the room was locked.
Okay, so I'm assuming the exhibition hall is open to the air. There's no doors to get here, so you have to get here, go the hallway, stairs up, and there's a door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I know where you guys said you were going while I was training, or no?
Yeah. Well, was he down there with us?
Yeah.
He would because Merkham knew.
Yeah, Mercury
Yeah.
knows.
Okay.
Yeah, they're at the House of Inspired Hands, right over here.
Sorry, my map is really small. I have to ping it again.
Right over here. It's like to the
Oh, there it
left
is.
of
Okay,
Coastal
got
Alley.
it. Okay, yeah, I'll start heading that direction.
Yeah, there's like
Valita,
oh,
in case I wasn't clear, you should probably keep it hush hush that Nim can make copies of himself.
yeah, that's why he's staying here,
Hmm.
and he's going to be under strict supervision now.
I'm going to try my darndest as we leave, accepting her offer, to give Nim some sort of I can't think of the word because I'm tired. It begins with an R for reciprocatory. I'm gonna give him a reciprocatory signing. If I was able to pick up anything at all from his language he's using, I want to try to do something that signals to him that I'm trying to be on his level.
You see his hand kind of form into like an O shape, kind of like the OK thingy, and he bows his head slightly towards you.
He got you.
Okay.
On the way out, I will sneak a little lawn puppet into his stuff.
Rolls sleight of hand.
Fuck.
You'll be fine.
Get your whole face on.
Hey.
All right, yeah.
D4.
Put it straight into his pocket.
Yep, and just real quick. I don't know how to. There we go. Yeah, the little puppet I gave him has Lon's hair. My Eerie token.
I wish I had modified memory on this stupid lady.
And you're what?
I want to what's my thing? Hang on, hold up. I want to freaking blood curse her and bind her, and steal this guy, and then modify her memory.
Yeah, 25. You slipped that straight up in there.
I know.
Nobody.
But I wanted to get all of it. I wanted my whole face to be on.
You guys are leaving. Is there anything else anybody wants to do?
Besides take a very detailed mental note of how this place is laid out now.
All right, you guys make your way out with the Nimblewright detector, and that is what we're going to call it for the night.
Okay, Nimblewright detector in my inventory.
Yeah, that's
Well,
going to bed.
We found the the NPC our party's going to adopt.
Yep. I gotta get rid of that schematic that I wasted.
Did you say that he looked kind of like a halfling? A little robo halfling? So I'm in.
No, they're all like human
the
size.
Is he like approximately the size of 4 halflings in a trench coat?
Yeah. God, that'd be a fucking. That'd be like a 12-foot tall person.
3 is the number you're looking for.
Sometimes that's how it goes. Have you never met a 12-foot tall person?
Fuck no. That scared the shit out of me, man.
Oh yeah, you're hot. Oh, yeah.
It's basically Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For real. I'm a tall dude. If there's people taller than me, I get intimidated by that. I'm like, dude, there can only be one right now.
Cannot relate. Cannot relate, bro.
I got stopped at the grocery store again today to get a top shelf item for somebody.